Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to find out which one of these challengers becomes a champion. It all comes down to a best of 5, and it is a rematch between Gentle Minions and Zeta with a $500 grand prize, and it starts right here.
Speaking of the 5-man hits, it comes through this time. Comes out of the dimensional rib. Right now, Peach left in a 1v2 clutch scenario. HP on them both low, but him as well. And as the sight here, he takes one down, and that's the second. And a clutch for Peach, and 6 on the board on the map. Revamp just going down left and right. Cujo landing 2, and the lurk of Shadowbane. It's so late, it's there, but Cujo with 3 on the round, and another round for Gentle Minions.
This is a team that came into the tournament with a lot of passion, going undefeated in the group stages, and finding endless improvement during their playoffs run. And this team, a dominant force in the VLE Challengers League, looking to reclaim their crown against Gentle Minions right here, right now. Zeta has not dropped a single map this entire tournament. Gentle Minions going to have to pull out the impossible, something that no other team has done this tournament so far.
And there it is, Storch opening this one up with a kill, and Shadowbane still have not dealt with him, and he's there. He gets the kill around the cage, and Juan left in an awkward situation here, gets the first 2 shots, and Shadowbane left in a 1v1 here, and there it is. Gate crash to come right on through, he gets a fake teleport. Juan with the clutch, and the 7th on the board for Gentle Minions. Wow. They did on the pistol round. Oh my goodness, what a shot. Fulawog to open this one up. And Vortex is on the side already. Gets the kill on the ace, and gets a spam through the box on Night Fury, and that's bomb down. Nexus, only 2 left here. And right now, desperately trying to grasp at the straws, and Empty going down to the op of Fulawog. And it's just Taco looking to get a nice flank play here. But Peach is so aware of the lurk potential. And that's 6 for Zeta.
And now we find ourselves in the VLE Challengers League Season 1 Grand Finals. It all comes down to this: the $500 grand prize. Ladies and gentlemen, here we are with the map VETO. Now this looks weird, I know. We're in a best of 5, so that means Zeta coming into this as the higher seed. They get the first ban and the first pick, then Gentle Minions get to ban, then pick, and then the next 2 picks come out from that, and then we have a decider. And it starts off with a Zeta pick on Ascent.
I mean, yeah, it has to be expected though. Zeta dominated GM last time they played Ascent, and the banning of Bind also just makes sense.
Yep. What I like here from Zeta as well is, like, Gentle Minions, they play Ascent so much, and I see that Zeta are going to try to go ahead and take them head-to-head on their map here, and I like that from them, actually. Zeta is a team that we know that go into every match with high risk, high reward, and they usually come out with the reward. So here we are looking at that for Ascent, and Gentle Minions picking that Icebox. Now, I believe we've only seen that twice from them in this tournament. It was the first time in the group stage, and then second time in the playoffs against Rendezvous. So they're looking to make an improvement on that map there. They did beat Rendezvous on it, but I believe the first time around they had a little bit of a tougher time. But Lotus, expected from Zeta.
I mean, yeah.
I like that breeze band too from Gentle Minions. That makes sense.
Zeta are a very good breeze team.
Yep.
They're a very good team on every map, but breeze especially. Just to point out other stuff. Sunset banned by the side of Gentle Minions. No, picked by the side of Gentle Minions, and they couldn't really pick anything else. So, leaving Split as the decider. If we even get that far, Split would be a bit of a rusty map, obviously not being in the comp queue anymore. So, really not many people playing it, and not many teams scrimming it either. So I wonder what we can see there. Maybe just go back to the fundamentals.
Yeah. You're absolutely right about it. I think we'll see that a lot on this map. Have we seen? I think we have like one or two. We've seen like one or two splits so far this tournament, I believe. But I think that's the least played map here. So that's going to be a really fun one to see. And you're absolutely right. Now that it's out of that competitive map pool, teams aren't really prioritizing it too much. But with it being the map pool here in the tournament, they'll definitely have to play to those fundamentals, as you said. Speaking of, before we get into agent select here, now we're throwing things over to Ascent. And one of the players I want to highlight for this map right now is Storch. Storch is such a key player for this Gentlemanian squad and always having such great prep on the agent. And I'm really excited about this because on the side of Zeta, we already know there are endless layers to that roster. You've got Vortex, the IGL, who's always popping off on the smokes. You've got Ekaro on that duelist role, and he's back, folks, here to play the grand finals in that duelist role. And Lex Stix, the incredible Sentinel player. But on the side of Gentlemanians, you know, we've seen it kind of like teeter-totter in terms of performances. You know, we saw Luck have, you know, one of his worst series so far this tournament in his last one. But Storch, this guy, one of the players who is a very strong vocalist on the squad and able to find a lot of value. So I'm looking at him to be a key player in this series for this team.
I mean, yeah, I have to agree with you. Obviously, haven't seen him entire series and entire time playing this. Gets back, and will he pop off exactly when his team needs it? And as you said, Luck having a bad series last time. This is when it matters. This is when everything's up for show. This is when he has to do good. And if he's carrying over that nerves from his last series, you said it before with the mental, I don't know if he's going to perform.
Yeah.
But they seem confident. So.
You're absolutely right. And I think, I like that you added the word seem there, right? I think it's so important that you actually manifest that confidence inside yourself and really feel it come out into the server, because there's so many times in this tournament we've seen a team seem confident, but it wasn't enough to get them over the finish line. So I'm excited to see how that happens as we hop into agent select here. And oh my goodness, Fish, it's here. I just can't believe what we're getting ready to watch.
Finally starting, and are we going to see anything different coming out from the teams? Obviously, playing this map before, so I wouldn't be surprised if we see something just a bit different here. Doesn't look like it, just from the agent select.
Now Zeta, looks like they want to pull out this double Sentinel comp here with the Deadlock. We have seen this played a lot of times, specifically in the European region, from what I remember.
Yep, Fnatic, one who does it.
That's right.
And obviously, Fnatic being a great team.
Yeah. And actually, I think when I first saw this comp, I think I saw this actually in the Chinese region, one of the two. This is actually a comp that's been played before Fnatic, but I like to see that Zeta might be giving it a try here. I haven't seen it with the Astra, but on the flip side, it looks like Gentlemanians want to play that double controller comp on this Ascent. And that's something we've seen Loud do as well a lot with that Viper, that Omen, the Phoenix. They did have a breach with it though, but it's a style that I've seen before. And that'll be very interesting here. I'm very used to Luck playing Jet, so a Phoenix pick here would be definitely a wrench.
Yeah, I have to agree. And with that Viper off the nerf, it's really going to be hard to feel like. But it looks like everyone's going back to basics.
Yep.
Same exact mirror comp.
Yeah. It's funny because, yeah, usually when we see those troll hovers going on, you know, it's just some crazy agents, but they were actually hovering some crazy cool comps right there for a second. But as you're right, going back to those fundamentals, standard Ascent comp here with that Cypher in place of the KJ. So both teams mirror comps. This is going to be great. Luck versus Ekaro on the Jet, Vortex versus Anguish on the Omen. We get to see the Lex Stix special on the Cypher against CRC. This is going to be great.
This should be great, and obviously Zeta starting on that defensive half and the better side for Ascent, so they need to have a bit of momentum coming into this, getting a good start to the half. But as you said, GM, a slow starting team, starting on that weaker half of the attack on Ascent, and that could really ruin them here.
Yep.
If you get into a poor start, it's not looking good for you, and that's just when Zeta can spiral this map out of control. And just in the pre-round, it looks a bit like an A hit. This is exactly what Zeta are expecting. Every single player towards this A site.
Yeah,
Set up on mid.
and it's nice too, because the thing about Zeta, we talk about them not going crazy on like set strats and things like that, but one thing I do know is Vortex, you know, he's very passionate about, you know, watching the VODs, getting in there, counter-stratting the teams, and really calling some really good things. So as you said, as we get ready to go into the match here, they're already set up for this A hit here. They have the Cypher playing there, and the KO and the Jet, so here we are.
Pausing this fun round start. CJ with the KO flash lineup and a knife. So it looks like off any contact the flash will come out.
Yeah, and it's here, folks. I mean, the pistol round started slow, but you see both teams getting themselves ready to come into the action here. Knife lineup comes right on through, and Ekaro going to be the point of contact towards this A choke. He's trying to look for that opening, but you see them being so patient on the side of Gentle Minions, trying to catch anything out here. Very layered. They're trusting that solo Omen over towards the B, but once again, Dash is going to be popped. So you see the tension starts to come through, and the flash is there. Ekaro's good for one, and there it is, playing around the choke point so far. They have to cross over there towards Wine, trying to find their way out. Almost dying to the fragment there is Luck. Left on 19 HP, but right now they're looking to regroup into this one.
And that's not what you want to see on the side of Gentle Minions. Losing their Cypher immediately and losing that pivotal map control you can get with those trips. And Zeta reading into this, moving some players away from the A site towards this mid area. The Omen, in such a hard angle to clear, especially has a trip to play with as well.
Yeah.
30 seconds left.
Yeah, moving
It's
back
nice here.
into this A site as well.
It's the rehit coming in from Tree. And they still have Luck over towards that A main choke, but Zeta has not budged. Lex Sticks ready with the classic over there towards Tree. Dealing with the pressure right now. The shock dart comes right on through, and the next pick comes through from Lex Sticks, and Peach to following up, and that is a flawless pistol from Zeta.
So completely crumbled on the side of GM. Immediately after losing that first pick, the plan absolutely ruined. And when that hit towards the mid, Zeta almost expecting that's going to happen.
Yep.
Playing a nice contact angle, CJ there. And the flawless pistol round, and that's not a good omen for the side of GM. Normally when that happens, you know the game's almost over already.
Where are you?
Fortunately, no force, no sheriff, just light armor on the side of Luck. Maybe a bit of VETO brought up. Nice little contact up mid with two players on the side of Zeta ready for this.
The shock dart even comes through. Looking for that point. Ooh, but Vortex, very awkward around the choke. He's usually so good at dealing with those. The shotgun at close range, but the timing does not work in his favor there. And right now you see the desperate rotations coming through. CJ trying to make a difference here. The fragment going through, but they're not aware of Anguish's position. They know it's a possibility, but the reality of it settling in right now, thinking that rotation's coming through, but the classic landing onto CJ there, and Ekaro trying to make the difference. Does get the kill with the paranoia landing, but as the spike gets planted over towards the A site front generator, Ekaro looking to make a go of this one.
I mean, this is incredibly hard to win. If you can get it done, that's the first.
Right onto CRC, looking for the second, but the areas of Storch landing onto him. And there's a second round economy there from Gentle Minions.
The winds shift in our favor.
Amazing 50. And just to point out, we saw this mid-market setup with the Bucky and the Ghost, but just wasn't enough to take any of the GM players out. Realistically, like a Spectre, that gets all of them. And that's just a complete round win. And now because of that, Zeta are forced onto the low buy after winning pistol, and GM just have 5 Vandals to show for it. Are we gonna see a back-to-back 50? It's happened sometimes in this tournament before.
And we talk about the preparation as well from the side of Gentle Minions. Storch always having the crazy lineups going over there towards the B side, but right now the fight is over here towards B main. And it's Anguish, the one trying to deal with it right now as they juggle between each other. On the side of Zeta, the Sheriff's landing. And the damage looks good, so Vortex following up. He only has 5 HP here, but he's looking to try to get an answer close range with a Bucky. Very good at handling these situations, but right now the pressure's on. Just 1 HP gets cleared out from Juan. And Anguish, because he's got that information over towards the B site, he's aware where it's coming, but do they know CJ is still here? The shots, they're a little bit labored. 0 point comes right on through, forcing him back off the choke point. And right now, the A site has Gentleminion's name on it.
This is where CJ needs to do a bit of damage here. Obviously, his teammates going to be able to re-clear the guns in main. And getting that 1 pick, especially on the KO, that's initiated for Initiator. Honestly, could be seen as worth it. Now it's when the guns come out, do they expect Cypher flank? Seems ready for it. Now with the noise, both positions known. Omen has his feet out to help the teammate here. Winning is 1v1. Sticks. Blind out. It's a great effort.
Yep.
Coming into that round with the Sheriffs unable to leave one standing is not a bad showing for Zeta. Obviously they would have liked that 1v1 win, but both teams with these low buy rounds have looked devastating. It's only been the pistol round which has looked good for Zeta. Obviously, these low buy rounds, they show the holes in the opponent's defense, showing when people are getting too aggressive. Just come into it.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
And I think that aggression, you have to start to be a little more reserved about that against a team like Gentleminions. It looks like they've come into the series ready to deal with it. Vortex spamming through the smoke there. Able to land onto luck, and that's going to really dull the blade of the side of Gentleminions on their attack now.
Gentleminions are so passive here. Still scared of that B push-up. And not really peeking anything, just holding these angles. Waiting for the clock to take down to take the space. And they're going directly into where the Cypher is. Set up with an Odin. CJ looks like he's going to peek out, maybe get timing. He's being held up by the Omen.
Ooh!
That's amazing.
Lands onto 2. Look, CJ is already there, but Storch, oh my goodness.
I have the spike.
Putting the weight of the round on his shoulders, able to get both of those trades out, but it's still a man disadvantage for Gentleminions.
30 seconds
And you see CRC leaving from that B site. Vortex is still anchoring over towards A, so not really an answer that Gentleminions can find into this round. They're just going to have to save the weapons.
So they're trying to make a play, though, going towards this middle side of the map. But they just don't have enough time.
Yep.
One enemy remaining.
Not even able to save the weapons. Ekiro taking both down.
And there we go, looking much better for the side of Zeta there. When they have the guns, they can really do something in these rounds. And now, forced into low by a GM. A low buys just on this map alone in these 4 rounds. Absolutely devastating. So we could potentially see a bit of a thrifty here. And looking toward this B side of the map, maybe potentially thinking about a B main push-up from the side of Zeta, like they did on that thrifty. Oh, almost thrifty. Yeah, I'm not so comfortable going to these mid areas every single round trying to get this mid space. And now, expecting a player in market, flash ready.
Yeah.
And with Cypher taking all that B main space, that's when the execute starts to happen.
Not ready yet. Cover going out.
Right here.
Yeah, and Lextix wasn't able to get any through the smoke there, so no damage being landed there, but Peach is the one playing onto the site. Gets the first 2, there's the third. And Ekiro playing backside, able to help him out. Does go down eventually there. CJ answering from market. It's really good positioning there by Zeta.
I have to agree, it's a perfect trap there. Completely stuck, even if they get through those 2 players. in backside. Ooh, the rest of the Zeta players are ready to collapse on them before they can even get the spike down. And here's your GM. What's your thoughts? Surely, if I'm the coaching, I'm thinking a bit of a pace change. Maybe attempt to go fast on one side of the map. And it seems like that's what they're going to do here towards this A side of the map.
Yeah, I think that even pistol itself was very indicative of the tempo that Gentlemanians wanted to have going into this game. They're trying to look for that aggression that Zeta are known for, but Zeta knows that GM knows that, right? Very prep-heavy team, so you see Zeta not really budging. They're very disciplined into this so far. They don't have the answer to that. Vortex playing backside, able to land onto 2 there. Necro to even follow up. CJ coming right through tree here, but playing reserved, waiting for his teammates to come through. And so far, this late stab from Cat here. CRC, have they taken note of this? Looks like he's not very aware as the pressure was towards the A site, and CRC, there it is, landing the kill there. But Peach trading it off, 70 HP. Right now it's a 1v1 with Ekro, or Luck rather. Blade Storm in the hands. And there's the Hunter's Fury to come right on through. Taps onto the spike, getting right off as the Hunter's Fury comes through. He cancels it though. Both of these guys really playing with deception right now, trying to find that window of time. He moves around the angle. He's looking for where it comes from, but sound cue gives him the information that it's over towards tree. You see him posted up with crosshair placement. It's good for 1. And the HP is really low. Shock Dart comes right on through, but doesn't land. Luck on literally 1 HP. The tap comes through from Peach, and the dart is landed. He's looking for the shot, and there it is.
Back to work.
GM really needed that round.
Yeah.
Obviously with the knights going so huge in that 1v1. And if he was able to clutch it on 1 HP, what a round to win. But we saw a bit of a pace change there from the side of GM, and it worked so well for them. I'm expecting this is really what they're just going to do it again. Maybe towards the B side. No, going back to the A side. And this time they've gone a bit luckier. Only 2 players towards the side of A, with no one in mid. And am I like going back to slow base, trying to take this fast A main space. Ooh. Getting the kill onto Vortex here. It's opened up the site almost.
Yeah, he likes to play in those smokes a lot.
Yeah. He's able to reclaim those guns. Oh, I have to pick CJ.
Ozzy found that one. But Ekaro, he is the point of contact on this B site right now. They're pushing right on through. I don't even think the drone spotted him out here. He's going to have to be careful with the positioning. Not able to get the assistance over there from Spawn, but the shot and the whiff comes through. Uncharacteristic from Ekaro there. Goes down here, and his only chances of helping Zeta into this one are shortened. Now it's Lexstix with the Odin. Going to try to find it, but Anguish from mid. And there's that flawless from Gentlemanians.
Let's make a play.
Around perfect by GM. Able to get that first pick. To really slow the round down, take their advantage. Force out the Zeta players to maybe overpeak a slight bit. So it was CJ. That's what happens. Looks like we're going to see a bit of a pause this round with Ekara. Maybe a bit mad at the whiff. Maybe blame the tech pause. Has disconnected from the game. To be honest, I can't blame them.
Yeah.
Does give every player in this game just a chance to think, chance to regain, chance to maybe just think about what themselves are gonna do. Maybe a bit of aim labs in the background.
True.
I would. If I was in the situation, I'd aim labs up. Keep warm. But it's taking a lot longer than expected.
Yeah. Hopefully the PC coming back on for him. But, you know, as we're waiting in this tech pause right now, I want to talk a little bit more about this game here. So far, we even saw it in pistol. Super duper slow. And we haven't really seen some crazy explosive rounds, at least early round so far, from either team. Zeta, a team that we know very well for that aggression. I think that this is a time, as you said, for both these teams to kind of think about the tempo right now, the game plan, get their mental back in order. I think we're going to see a bit of a pace change from Gentle Minions coming out of this. They're going to need it because even though off the back of that round win, they got to find momentum. Because one thing that we've seen about teams against Zeta is even if they pull out a round win, it's very hard for them to capitalize off of the back of it because Zeta are so good at being responsive in the very next rounds. And you see them, they strung those 3 rounds together after the eco conversion and bonus from Gentle Minions at the beginning. So this is where I want to see Gentle Minions pull more than 1 round together here.
Yeah, I have to agree. And on a bit of a lower buy from the side of Zeta, this is when they really have to get it done.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and here we are, folks. Going to have to hop right back into the match here. 15 seconds left on the clock here going into our next round. And we're going to have to continue with that 4v5 without Ekro here on Zeta. As you said, yeah, there's definitely some chances to maybe get some rounds here, but I mean, it's going to be very difficult against a team like Gentle Minions. Hopping right back into the action here. It looks like it's going to be a B hit here. Right now, a lot of fake pressure, though. The flash comes out onto the site, but Luck actually dashes backwards here. So they're trying to fake that pressure. This is very different from them. Vortex positioned perfectly for this cat reposition. And he hears the sound cues come through. He gets the first. And Luck not able to trade him off. Can't turn around in time here. They're moving over towards this A site. Aldrone coming right on through. This confirms the hit here for Zeta. So it did take one down early in the round, so it makes it very possible. But right now, Luck taking one down over towards Tree. Making good of this cat positioning right now. Juan even following up one of Vortex. And Peach trying to deal with the pressure in this space right now. And Lex Sticks going to have to go huge here with the areas from Heaven. Peach getting denied. We're closed. Aldrone coming right on through. Gonna activate this going here. It's a position to be able to spam through that, but Juan is so good at playing around the angle. Not able to capitalize over the scans there, and Luck pushing towards Cat. The shots are super duper labored, but Peach able to finally finish off the kill. And as the spike starts to tick, they're gonna have to go into this one if they want it, but that they're not gonna do. Gonna save the weapons.
Caught one.
I mean, Zeta played that alright, getting that first pick, stabilizing into a 4v5 situation. And I know it looked like a 3v3, but obviously the 2v3. If Ekro was around, I think they still go for that. I think they might even take the win into this round. Still, tiny bit of money. Oh, there we go. While.
Oh, Ekro is back. What a pleasant surprise. There we are. So it was only one round they had to go through that there. And you see the timeout coming out from Zeta, so they can get themselves regrouped a little bit here. A lot of momentum was lost off that long tech pause there, so hopefully finding their answer here.
I mean, I think into this is just checking if there's any more tech issues. Maybe just talking about what went wrong in that round. GM able to string the 2 rounds together. Haven't been able to do that since they won that 50 on the pistol round. After pistol round. Now, bit of a lower budget. But we could still see a full buy. Ekra could elect to buy CJ, buy those knives. And I have terrible news for everyone, but he has disconnected again.
No. How many times can your PC quit out on you in a single series, or map that is?
I mean, it might just be a 4v5 the rest of the lobby. Rest of the game.
Somebody's gonna have to ship a PC to that guy.
Is he playing on a laptop or something?
Yes, this should
I don't know.
Well,
I also think it's the first time we've seen those type of issues coming out from Ekro, but nonetheless, we're still rolling into the action here, folks. Gentle Minions, 5-man over towards mid. And you see them trying to play together, because they know their man advantage is already there off barriers. They move into the space. Vortex landing the first headshot there. Now, because Zeta are so good at getting opening picks and putting themselves in situations to do so, you know, there's not too much pressure going into this. And off the back of that, it's an even game.
I know you said even, but still. gun disadvantage on the side of Zeta.
Yeah.
And also positionally disadvantaged. No one towards the B site and no info towards mid. They cannot be any sure about what these players is, other than Soldier tagging a player mid.
Here.
Coming over towards this A site. Pressure.
Look how far Cypher is. Is he gonna kill the AFK player? He does. Info has to be known. He's flank. If he plays cheek towards him, it's a 1-for-1 trade. Obviously, 3v3 situation. AFK dead. Go into the flank. And with the site clear, both they have to know.
One enemy remaining.
The last player towards Cap, but the electing thing is heaven. The Vortex gets him the end, and Zeta managed to pull around the even out round disadvantage. He wins, but
Honestly, that round, Vortex says, we don't need Ekaro. Just takes matters into his own hands with the 4K there.
oh, Ekro just some 9k here, looking good for the economy. I know that we can do this with the map.
Now this round, we're getting a similar play here by Gentle Minions. 5-manning over towards that link position. Knife over towards Cat, trying to look for any peeks here. But usually that's where the Jet is playing, and that's not in the equation right here. But Peach, once again, it's an opening pick by Zeta. So good at those situations. And Vortex, as always, playing right into the smoke right now. But the way it's positioned, Gentle Minions have to know something is up here. He's repositioning around it, trying to play it methodically. And you see Gentle Minions again trying to work this mid space as best as they can. Very deeply inserted here. And they could leave CRC here and try to wrap over back to A main or re-clear this B main space, but they're really holding on to this. You see Peach looking towards Market. Very aware of the possibility. Even CJ repositioning himself, and Storch. It's just the AFK player, so no harm, no foul there. As the hit continues to come towards Market here. Gearing up for this trip's gonna go down. The only player backside to possibly deal with this gonna be Peach. She's ready with the dart here. Hit comes through towards lane, finds one person, and here he is. He's been in this position before. He's looking for it, and there's the first headshot to come through, playing around the angle. Low HP, and he has stalled really nicely. But Storch with 3 onto the round. CJ looking to come right into this one. Storch going down right there, and it's the crunch from Zeta. And they recover the round. 6 on the board.
Zeta don't even need Ekro. And unfortunately, during that round, did come back and then disconnect again. The GM coming from the timeout from Samuel here, and he is a great coach. So we're going to see the bleeding stop, maybe a 6-6 half. Stop at the attack issues here. PC crash. Reconnecting, disconnecting. I think it's just a small issue. With VALORANT itself.
The crazy thing about this right here, though, is like Zeta are still winning rounds right now. So I'm concerned.
I'm guessing that's what Samurai is as well. And he's been talking about how do they take this 4v5. How do they take it across the line and get the 6-6 off? Because if it loses even 1 round in this 2 rounds, that makes sense. Then advantage falls over to the side of Zeta, and obviously a lot harder to attack while they play it down.
Yep.
But if Zeta can bring an advantage into it, it might not even matter.
Yeah. And after this map, I'll definitely assume we'll have a pretty lengthy intermission. Let Ekaro take a little bit of time there to figure out his Valorant issues, but nonetheless, I mean, still Zeta looking good. They forced a timeout out of Gentle Minions with only 4 players in the map, so they're still dealing with the game plan that they had coming into this game. And it's working out very well. Prioritizing those opening picks.
Right here.
Always on the clock there. Peach. And you see them playing for this spawn positioning. Protect the president, that is. right now as the hit comes over towards B main. Peach making those call-outs right now. You see rotations coming in from Zeta. Not really worried about that A extremity. They want to play for that retake. They want to go for these fights going into it. Playing a little bit of anti-flash as CJ does take out the tip of the spear, but the dart lands, and it's very good. He lands some bullets there. And right now, the damage is looking good, but Anguish with the backstab towards mid. Making very good at the positioning right now in Vortex.
Spike planted.
Gonna follow up with an answer there, but it's a 1v3. And Anguish gonna try to do the damage, and there it is. 4 on the round. And there's your answer from Gentle Minions.
Last round before the switch.
That was much, much better for side Gentle Minions. Able to realize there's giving a hole somewhere, and that hole was mid. And after the flash, diverse Peaches has no chance to get a kill there.
Yep.
And for that final round on the half, are we going to see a 6-6 half? Oh, and there's another tech boss. That's fun. Still alright. These tech pauses are the bane of my existence.
Yeah. Definitely
Okay,
the
never
tech pause curse.
Is another tech pause. Let's give time for Echo to maybe come back. Who knows what's happening in this game?
There we go. Gonna hop into the
Yeah.
action here. Now, they have the spike in the hands of CRC, solo towards main. And he's getting spotted with that knife there, so... Looks like they're trying to go for a bit of a fake here. You see 3 on the side of Gentle Minions over towards A, but look at Vortex closing in on the angle. Gets the first one, but CRC with the follow-up and the neural theft, giving them the information there. Lex sticks them down, but there's the Hunter's Fury, and it lands on the 2 players there too. So much damage done by Peach alone in this round.
Spike
CJ
down A.
answering onto CRC, and that is the spike. Still giving that spike alone. And it's such a dangerous play here, but there's only 2 left standing for the side of Zeta. One of them on very low HP as well, so still a very hard one to come into. From the shadows invested there. Yep.
Yeah. It's a simple fake. Drop the site, spike onto the A side. Rest of the team goes B, TP over. They don't know about it, they're not ready for it. And these post-plant positionings from GM just look so good.
Taken out.
Peach does find an opening into this one, so definitely still possible for Zeta. Aldrone coming through the spot off the positionings, is aware of the omen, and there's both. Spotting the information onto both. They're going to have to reposition here. CJ getting the flash ready, but he repositions into the smoke. And Luck completely shutting down Zeta's chances of going into this retake right now. And Peach trying to find the angle towards lane. And there's the round recovery there from Gentle Minions and an even half.
Switching sides.
Personally, I think we're going to have a tech pause just coming straight into the start of this round. Last one needs to happen. But unfortunately, pausing a bit too late. That's what happened. Oh, that might be good.
It looks like this time it came from Gentle Minions, but looks like they should be good now.
It might be pausing at 10. I'm not too sure. But anyway, flipping the side over the
Me
map.
either. Can never be too sure anymore.
You never know what's going to happen.
Yep.
A 6-6 off. Ekra is back in the game, I think. He's
I
moving.
do see ping, so that's a good sign.
Oh, no, he's not back.
And there it is, a very early play. And it's a trap play by Gentle Minions trying to go onto it, but Vortex answering onto both and even recovering a Sheriff off the back of that. But Anguish is the backstab here, but Peach is ready for it. And that's the game sense from Zeta. That much of a difference going into a round is enough that they need. CRC and Storch anchoring towards his B site. And this time, Vortex taking matters into his own hands. He is the duelist. He is the tip of the spear. Sheriff in hand, looking for the shots. It does land on the CRC, and a 4K from Vortex. What a pistol.
I mean, why do you need 2 players? Why do you need the extra player? When 4-6 is
Oh.
as good as 2.
Yeah.
An amazing, amazing round. A bit
Mhm.
of anti-scrap looking there. GM going for that mid push. And all of Zeta are ready for it.
Yep.
The important thing is, are they going to suspect this A stack on the side of GM? And this buy.
Yeah, I like
from
that you.
Zeta-
I like that you
So
mentioned
they-
that too, because a lot of times on these type of ecos, you expect the stack to be B. So, just noting that.
Isn't this A side positions? If they were to go into the, maybe potentially fight that, a lot of these players are hidden. Maybe some fast contact points. Everyone is holding a different angle. So it's
Mhm.
gonna be a bit difficult to trade here with these classics. You almost just have to hope
Cover going out.
that they peek into one and don't clear any angles. But the dark is gonna be
Storch.
impossible.
Storch was in the most dangerous of them all too. That long range angle, that's really tough against guns, but at 1, he answers onto 2 here.
I have dropped the spike.
And they're gonna be able to reclaim the guns here. And it is a 2v3. Gross, still out of the round. And a Vandal and a Bulldog.
30
Picked
seconds
up.
left.
And HP not looking good for the side of Zeta. Let's see another round 250. But the spike down is all on the sticks to maybe get a pick here.
Hey, what?
Get one.
Suppress it.
Now CJ, great player, but hasn't been too active this game. This is when he needs to show. This round is absolutely huge. And with the blind missing, he's got a chance here, getting the fast pick.
Last player standing.
But it's not enough.
Man. So close.
Just didn't read into the stack there.
Yep.
And a bit of luck, spraying into the smoke, and the round's over. This is when you're seeing the unfortunate of the 4v5. An extra player there, and Zeta can easily win that round out. And also, just the fact this is a custom game, the AFK player does not leave the game. And so you can't get the ult orb when you pick up the body. And that's another huge blow for the side of Zeta.
Yeah. You see the stack over here towards A. Opting to play together here, the lesser weapons. That jump onto the box. Able to hear that when there, but the dink comes out onto Luck. The flash still coming through, trying to make good on the play.
Strike down
And they do.
A.
Gentle Minions getting 2 and getting out. And that's the type of proactivity you like to see against a team like Zeta. A team that will shut you down if you don't take those chances, those windows of opportunity. So both Peach and Vortex looking to only do some damage coming into this right now. Vortex playing around the smoke there, trying to push through to land the headshot. Doesn't get it, so Peach, spike in hand, Sheriff 26 HP.
Last player standing.
Looking for any sort of peeks here.
Perfect.
Let's take Anguish down. Looking for,
Nice
to do a
shot,
little
though.
bit more damage, but they're playing off contact here, so not giving anything up. And there it is.
GM with the advantage. An advantage they haven't had since round 3 of this game. And this is really a big advantage. We've said it a lot, but this 4v5 matters so incredibly much. I think this might be when Zeta dropped their first ever map in this tournament. And obviously, you can make excuses, but GM are gonna be incredibly happy with that.
Yeah, and the fact that they're even still able to recover rounds too with this is the most impressive part about this to me. You see a heavy default coming out from Zeta right now. Gentle Minions not budging. And they're still giving respect to the roster here, so playing it normally, not changing up the game plan too much. On going for the jiggle there, is able to spot onto Peach. And they have a trap play set up here as well. The peek going to come out from Juan, looking to flash Luck into the play, but they're very aware of that. Zeta know that something is up over there towards A main, so you see him rotating here towards B, but at the same time, you've got Storch anchoring backside with an Odin. You've got CRC with the cam contact towards main. I mean, the setup is clinical by Gentle Minions. Zeta are going to have to do a lot to deal with this one here. And as the smokes come right on through, confirming the hit towards this B site, there's the Paranoia. Shrouded steps come right on through. Both players on the side of Gentle Minions holding this backside space. Storch landing onto the first one, and that dart's going to have to get broken or they're all going to get spammed. CRC landing onto the next one, but they're able to get just away from those. Lex sticks over onto the site now. Aldrone forced out. And right now you see them closing in on the positions right now, and Lex sticks stuck on an island, looking for any answers he can get. Does get one onto Storch, but that's all he can ask for, and that's all that's in store. And there it is. Gentle Minions with the 9th round on the board.
I will take back what is mine.
Yeah, it's looking to be running away with this map, and there's not really much Zeta can do. This is when the mental starts to drop from the side of Zeta, and if they don't have Echo come back into the second map, then it could actually just be commentator's curse, and GM just running through Zeta. After talking so much about them. Bit of a mid play, just like Zeta here, taking a page out of GM's book, trying to get as much space as possible, and the door shutting onto that A site. He's forced to go up to heaven, and Anguish is ready for it.
But the crossfire.
Look at all these players ready to contain it.
And even that counter Paranoia too forces them off, and Luck is still here. Playing into the smoke right now. Zeta trying their best, but they are getting closed in on. Pretty soon they're going to have to come through this space right now. They're planting that seed of doubt there as the spy cam comes through and forces Luck off the angle. But they're all flooding right out of the heaven position. Juan taking down Vortex, but Peach able to find the trade, but they still have to deal with Luck. They spotted the jet before, and they know, gotta be around this hell position. There it is. The flick comes right on through, and Lex Sticks left with a classic outlaw in hand as well. Gonna have to find the answer here, but CRC closing in on him, and that is it.
Blink and they'll catch up.
Still completely collapsed to the side of Zeta. Maybe able to do that 4v5 in the defense. But whatever happened, Decora's PC just completely ruined the chance to come back in this map. I mean, it is Zeta. They can come back. They're great players. And with the buy, this is the round that's needed. If they're going to do it. And running into the A stack is not looking too good for them.
The delayed knife lineup to come through too. Landing onto the players there, but right now, Zeta answering with some picks here. And it is a spam fest over there towards the door. And as it gets broken, you see the plant coming out from Lex Sticks here. CRC from heaven. See them closing in on these retake positions right now on the side of Gentle Minions, but they've got an even man to deal with. 75 HP on Juan as that shock bolt does land there. Spy cam to spot anything towards heaven. And the Aldrone comes through. The utility starting to layer going into this. And there it is. Null command popped from Juan, but he goes down immediately. Reset requested, but CRC and Luck doing the damage. Peach finding one of his own, but the neural theft to come right on through. And he's gonna have to make a go of this when the spam comes through from Storch up top. He took down CRC, but it wasn't enough. And there's the defuse. Gentle Minions with 11 on the board.
Revealing area.
They're getting my hopes again. Ephra has reconnected into the game.
That's when we strike.
But we've been seeing these tech issues all the time. And I don't think it's real. I think...
He's moving!
Oh, he's
back! He's moving! He bought a weapon!
I need this.
Ekaro is back.
Need a drop.
Oh my goodness.
How many rounds
Fish,
it take?
if Zeta win this map, like if, oh my goodness. There's no way. Comeback of a lifetime.
2 rounds to get done, even just losing 1 round. That's gonna be an issue here.
And you see that
Ooh,
confidence stacking right back up.
Oof. And Ekaro, there it is. First kill coming back into the server. He's looking to push spawn as well. He's had enough. Takes down Lux, CRC to trade it right off. And Zeta, all of a sudden, are right back into this game. Ladies and gentlemen,
I know
Spike gonna get planted here on site. Neural Theft comes through, and Zeta
Take flight.
have the man advantage. I feel like we haven't said that for so many rounds now.
wait a moment.
Aldrona come through. And that second pop of that Neural Theft confirming the market and defender spawn positions, and you see them taking form back site. And right now, Dart lands. Peach looking for the spam, but it doesn't come through, and they're gonna have to move ahead of this one right now as the Spike starts to speed up the tempo. Playing into the smoke right now is Zeta. Very classic of them. CJ posted up onto the angle. CRC answering onto the first one. The paranoia comes right on through. He's looking to go through it, but there it is. A win from Zeta.
And you said it before. Every single comeback starts with getting 1 round. And Ekra going Q's there, getting his 2 picks. First 2 kills of the half. I like saying that. And it was a great post plant for the side of Zeta. And we haven't said it all map. But they're looking pretty good on the stack, especially in that round. And with the fire and the up out from the side of Luck, are they going to be able to recreate what they did on this B site, this A site, instead choosing to back off, making all the noise? And Luck has to be ready with this. He's the one with the up. He's the one with the big gun. If he can get a nice timing here. Looks like he is. He might be able to get into tiles. All the info, it might be a pick. He does get Vortex, no smokes now. Just look how scattered Zeta are. Losing their 1 player, and they're terrified.
Look at CJ.
He's not too good on the angle. And with the A hit coming out, do they clear this close copy? They don't.
Enemy remaining.
That's all on sticks.
Cage trigger.
30 seconds
Keep
left.
Zeta from getting to this match. Keep GM from getting to this map point. And with the Odin in play, it might be enough. I think he's just
10
choosing to go for the
seconds
save here. Or saving what he can. Getting the pick onto the KO. And yeah, he's just going to choose to save it out. And I did mess up there, but I never thought I would say the GM or a map point against Zeta on map number 1.
I need this.
Yep, and it's Zeta's map pick too.
Here.
Not over yet though. GM, they could close it out, but it is Zeta we're talking about. And with Vector back, that's when they can get some work done.
Yep.
With a force into the round, and not a very good force. Guardian on the side of Ekara. With all this mid presence. Looks to be more of a fake. And they have managed to scout out which side is going to be less stacked. And
It looks like they're making it go to this B site right now, but a lot of pressure to deal with on this side. Ekaro going down. Storch trying to deal the damage, but that's the anchor taken down.
Had an opportunity to do some damage.
Cover
And
going
goes to this 2v2 retake. Vortex trying to play timing into the smoke.
One enemy
Ace managed to
remaining.
do it, getting one. Takes the TP,
Revealing area.
and it's all unlocked with the knives, and he's able to get one but not the other. Zeta could make it look convincing here. Could make the comeback happen. And a bit more of a low buy from the side of GM. Still an equally bad buy from the side of Zeta. Having to force into this round. With the Ekara on the blades. On the blade storm. And CJ with the bulldog. That's good. And going into the start of this round, a B split.
Get out of my way.
Not a B split. A B site hit. To the side of Zeta and a mid push from the side of GM. Getting involved here. Vortex getting one. Getting traded by the side of Anguish. Ekara with the knife. Peach with the Phantom. Getting one. Getting back into the B site. Peach ready to hold this flank.
One enemy remaining.
Able to take out CRC. Fortunate timing there. Does lose this fight. The Omen. Anguish. Able to recover Phantom. Look at this post-bomb position from Zeta. They've pushed into their own spawn. And this Cam sees them. They have all the information in the world. No chance they can lose this round. There we go. GM look a bit nervous here, to be honest. The shots aren't going their way.
Yeah.
I'm Storch calling the timeout. This is really their only chance to get it done. If they lose this next round, they're on to the low buy for the final round and into the overtime. Well, if they lose that round. And there's some threatening aura about Zeta. You can never really count them out. What do you think they're saying in this timeout, though?
I think exactly what you said there. They're nervous, and I think they're trying to shake that off here. I think that Gentle Minions had a really good look of the pacing a little bit earlier, though. And, I mean, it was a 4v5, so there's not much that can really be said about that, to be honest. But I think that when Zeta, of course, have their 5, I don't think GM know how to deal with that yet. And we saw that happen in their last series, too. In the last series that Gentle Minions had against Zeta, they had no idea how to deal with the pressure. Zeta are so good at getting those first bloods, those opening picks. And I think that Gentle Minions are going to have to find a higher first blood success rate if they want to get into this. I think that's one of the places they're starting to falter.
Yeah, I have to agree with you there. With the timeout over. No more timeouts for the half. Unless I missed one. I think ZT says.
Weapons hot.
Look at that. A site, they're sat so far back, they're expecting this push out. What a read from the side of Zeta. They're able to take this space back. Importantly, a lot of VETO has been wasted.
Wait.
Vortex bring all the rotations.
Yeah, that single recon dart was enough to pull an entire rotation from the side of Gentle Minions. And that's where those nerves that you were talking about come into play too. They're trying to get so ahead of it that they're rotating off of a recon bolt, and that completely gives up that heaven space on A. Ekaro and Vortex, the dynamic duo, getting those entries, and once again, Gentle Minions at that deficit so early in the round. Luck dealing one over here towards the street position to try to shut down the firing squad, but he gets knifed by Peach. Oh. And all of a sudden, just like that, Zeta are back into this. CRC getting one, but getting traded out immediately. Ekaro getting punished, pushing through that there, and a nice shot there from Storch, but CJ returning fire, and that's Zeta with an 11th on the board.
Wow. Zeta maybe proved this comeback is possible. And with the low buy, like I said on GM, just some rifles, 2 Vandals, and no armor for the side of Anguish. Able to get one tap by the Phantom. which all of Zeta have except Sticks with the Odin. Using that all game. Comeback might be on here. And look how deep block is. Vortex expecting it.
Yeah. You can't do that against Zeta. They're going to win that gunfight every time.
Yeah, I have to agree. And luck. Really unfortunate. Getting knifed in the last round and getting caught out.
Here.
And Ekra is so far deep. Blind comes out, gets the kill score.
Ooh!
TJ. What a shot.
My goodness. I mean, this is so clinical by Zeta.
Planted.
I know
They're so good in those gunfights. And they're just taking down both anchors so quickly, and Ekaro getting the next one, and Zeta. The Hunter's Fury of Peach landing on a Juan there, and Zeta securing overtime with a flawless.
Switching sides.
This is scary.
Overtime.
That was the comeback by Zeta of the century. And now they just need to pull out in this OT. With Ekara back, it's looking good for them. Obviously, as we saw, without Ekara, they've got 3 rounds. And with it, they've got the rest. And the comeback comes. And by the way, I just want to say, he's been playing amazingly when he's been here. Really, really just a force on the side of Zeta, coming back at the perfect time. Able stop the bleeding for a second. Stringing 4 rounds together. GM. The mental has to be down. And are we going to see this in the attack half?
Now, there's been so much pressure over here towards B. But you see Zeta not even budging. And late in this game, this is where you start to see Vortex make really strong calls like this as well. You have to play for that high risk, high reward to throw the other team off. And this pressure's just not working because no pick has gone through yet. And there it is. The entry comes out over towards the A site because this is where the spike is at. And there's still 3 here for the side of Zeta. And the bodies are dropping for Gentle Minions. Storch, the only one left on site to deal with it, but CJ stabbing him right in the back. And right now, Gentle Minions are staring down the barrel of failure into this map. Peach closing it off. 13 for Zeta. What a comeback.
Switching sides. Match point.
And with the 4 rounds in a row, Zeta's looked a bit better on the attack. Just to point out, Diverse Peach is 31 of 15. No one even coming close to him on the scoreboard. Next ties his own teammate with Vortex. So you really, really said Zeta just have the manpower, they have the aim, they have the game sense, they have everything they need. What a roster. Now 1 round away from completing a great comeback when it matters the most.
Gentle Minions are down, but they're not out. Oh my goodness. And once again, Vortex just pushing all by himself through. Tip of the spear and getting the first pick. And Ekaro, he's already through. But this time getting punished off that aggression there. It wasn't together, so Zeta really struggling with that one there. And Juan doing really good with the Odin towards that tree spot. Trying to look for the cheeky spam there onto front Jenny. But this time, this is the position we're in. But Peach, there it is. Those dry gunfights later into the round that we know Zeta like to take to force that advantage. And this time it brings the man even. Shock darts coming through, and the pressure of this map right now on the hands of Gentle Minions. They're the ones that have to find the answer here. They're the ones that have to secure this round here. Speeding up the tempo there. Flash comes right on through, and it lands. And there it is. Juan landing off the first one there. Coming right into this one with Peach. He's still a nuisance over there. And Juan with 4 on the round. And there it is. There's the ace for Juan. And the defuse comes right through, and there's the answer from Gentle Minions.
It's not over yet. Gentle Minions, another chance of life, and Zeta, another chance to get this comeback up.
Switching
Very,
sides.
very close round.
Overtime.
And Juan, one ace. maybe getting active, showing what you can do, having a bit of a slower map.
Mm.
And with these sides resetting, GM do stop a 6-round streak from the side of Zeta. Not streak, 5-round streak.
Mm-hmm.
And GM have read it perfectly into this. No one on this B site ready to run out. They're just a couple smokes away from being stopped. And with the spam through from Vortex, get a tiny bit of damage. And with GM out on the site, Vortex eventually able to get a kill. Diverse Peach dead as well. Vortex trades back.
Cover going out.
It's a 3v3 scenario, but Sova is completely stuck on the site. And Anguish does make a play here. Vortex ready for it. Third kill in the round.
Last player standing. Spike down B.
Look at that, I know exactly where he is. Zeta just too well drilled on this defense side of Ascent.
Yep.
Switching sides. Match point.
And I love the way they play together on those retakes. You see them not even getting Gentle Minions a chance to plant the spike, not even a chance to set up for their post-plant positioning. You have to watch for plays like that against a team like Zeta. They're going to be explosive. They're going to get into your face. In that round, you see Gentle Minions struggling with that.
Yeah, no, you're completely right. Just to go into this round, looks like Zeta going for the mid play again, completely respecting an A main pickup. And with this drone, they have so much information.
Shadows traveling.
GM's drone does tag Sova. And with his A tap pressure coming out, spam to the smoke, able to get one. And see the trading luck back. This does not look good for the side GM. They're only saving grace.
Spike planted.
There's only 3 on site, but they obviously only have 1.
Look at where Peach is, too. He's going to catch this rotation.
No more secret.
Yep. And with 4 left standing for Zeta, Gentleman is trying to go into this retake with only 2. Storage. The paranoia makes good onto Ekro. Does land the first one, but the Odin spam through main makes things a little bit tougher here. Gonna have to be careful with their positioning, but the tempo of the spike starts to speed up, and they have to go into this a little bit quicker. Flash is ready in hand. He gets spammed off of that, and Lextix finds the headshot. Anguish, 68 HP, gonna have to find it there, but the spam is enough, and Zeta pull off the impossible. A comeback off the back of the tech issues, and that is it. 15-13, taking away their map pick.
That's a pivotal fast map for the side of Zeta. GM had it in the clasp of their hand. I just can't bring it in, close the map out. And Ekiro coming back. What a performance from the man.
Yeah. And 33-17 from Peach on the Sova too. And we've talked about it time and time again. Such an impactful player in that initiator role. But just looking at this here, so much impact from everybody on Zeta. I mean, Vortex has found 13 first bloods. 13 first bloods. And we have seen most of them as well here in our own spectators position. That is insane. I think that's the most first bloods we have seen in a single match so far in the history of this league. Wow. And if you look on the side of Gentle Minions, we talked about this during the game. You have to find the first bloods, and look at how many there aren't for Gentle Minions. What a game and what a heartbreaking loss to go through there.
And if for some reason a Harbor was to come out, those cascades are so good just for isolating space and isolating 1v1s. But I don't think we're gonna get one, so.
I mean, we saw it last time, actually, from Gentlemanians. They played the Harbor Viper the 2 times they played Icebox in this tournament, but you might be actually right because, I mean, this is Grand Finals, right? You want to shake things up a little bit. You want to come in with a game plan that's going to throw your enemies off, so we may very well not see that Harbor, but we have seen it twice from Gentlemanians previously in this tournament.
I don't know if we will see it. I'm hoping for it, though. I like Harbor and stuff.
Yeah, same.
But just stop the hovering. I think this is troll. I'd love to see CJ play the dub knock. He's told me so many times about how good it is, but I've never seen it before. I don't think it's gonna happen.
I don't hate that comp either. Decent comp there, but Gecko solo initiator. I think Gecko's definitely very good on this map, but by himself, I'm not sure. So I'll have to see the tech. There's the KO there. Okay. Now we do see the Harbor hover from Juan. So hopefully we do see that Harbor Viper that we've seen from Gentlemanians already, but as you said, it is, you know, very well possible they might change it here. But nonetheless, both these comps looking pretty standard. We've seen the Gentlemanians comp here. We've also seen the Zeta comp here.
Yeah, very standard comps, and we are actually going to get the Harbor in the way they utilize this on the defense. Like I said, being able to push it up with these cascades, that's when it's going to really matter. They have to limit these Fast Bloods that Vortex is able to get, and on Viper a bit of a less aggressive controller can be a bit harder for him. Obviously we might see Ekra go in his place, getting these Fast Bloods, but GM are going to be the ones who have to do it.
Yeah. And this is the map to make it happen. Map pick here for Gentlemanians, and you know, hopefully we do see that change of pace. And with this being the Gentlemanians map pick, I think that justifies a little more to what I was saying, is that we're going to see that tempo change, because on your own map pick you should be confident, right? I think we saw that from Zeta on Ascent, and we got to see that here on Icebox. I do expect to see the Viper, right? Anguish is on Viper this map. I expect him to be a little more aggressive towards B main. Don't even let Zeta pass that, you know, choke point. Don't even let them towards yellow type of thing. And then over on A, you know, I expect to see them taking those top 2 positions, maybe having Jet op on top generator. Like, these are all things, you check these off on the box, and I mean, you're controlling the tempo very well.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with you. Just to get a little insight into what's happening in this round. Looks like a bit of an A hit from the side of Vortex, from the side of Zeta. Vortex showing the woo, hasn't placed it yet. And with 30 seconds left into the round, Killjoy hasn't set up a bit of VETO yet.
Yeah. Looks like he wants to save that for until right before the barriers come up, but...
Oh, I just can't see it on that. There's a long
oh, yeah. There it is. So, folks, we have 10 seconds left until we get into this pistol round. Now, you already see a 5-stack here from Zeta, right? This is something that we saw on Ascent, so they're looking to play together. They're looking to be explosive. And this time, that's towards the A side on this Icebox map, and here we are. Luck was initially going for that top pipes position, as I said before we got started here, but he backs off immediately as that knife lands. Not able to shoot it out, and the pressure is here. Map 2, folks, into this best of 5. Serenity slotting in here for the side of Gentlemanians, going down immediately to Lex Sticks, and that is the Sentinel for the side of Gentlemanians out of the picture here. So you don't have that post plant stall, but we still have the Harbor. And there's the first wall to come right on through the high tide, but Ekaro, he's got a peek over top of it. Goes for the shots there, but it's so labored. Flash comes through, and I don't know how he's alive right now. Coming onto the site looking for this retake is Gentlemanians. Tap gonna have to come through onto the spike, but Killjoy, Nano Swarm's coming through, and the picture coming from Zeta, and there it is, a flawless pistol.
Second flawless pistol they've had coming into the map, and it's a great sign. And obviously GM able to thrifty the round after. Are we gonna see it again? Just on the buy here, be very poor. 2 sheriffs being saved over, and a stinger on the side of Vortex. Not even that. They've sold the outlaw and gone for another stinger, and Vortex going for just the ghost. And with this B main rule.
Both teams opting to push the same extremity at the same time, but right now, Gentle Minions are making such good damage. Leg sticks, the pressure's too much, and there it is, the Frenzy second gun to be pulled out there, but the classic of Serenity landing onto leg sticks there, and that is a second round conversion for Gentle Minions. We saw that on Ascent too.
So deep the script. The storybook. Flawless in the first round, then thrifty in the second. Bit of a weaker buy for the side of Zeta, as expected. Leg sticks, offering to give the hero rando. I'm thinking it really needs to go out. Just not confident enough though. Sending it, going back to the Marshall. And with another ace site hit. Like you said, something Genji does quite a lot. Obviously, being the best team in the world. Something you probably should emulate. During all the chaos. Diverse Peach does go down. And the same with Vortex. Echo right after. CJ able to get one though.
One enemy remaining.
But does not live for long. And the spike goes down. She just has all the advantage coming into this round. And spam through the smoke. Ends Zeta's chances. And this has been the exact same thing happening on the Ascent map.
Yeah, and honestly, after the first map, there's a lot of chatter about what the second map was going to look like in the community, and some of the Gentle Minions members said they're not nervous, they're not scared, they're not worried coming into this game, and I believe them, because looking into this, I mean, you see them confidently going into those retakes, and that round was indicative of that as well. I think the mental stability on that roster is good right now, and you need that in a grand finals, best of 5, especially against a team like Zeta. So going into this round here, I expect it to slow down just a little bit for Zeta, but here it is. Gentle Minions finding, once again, the pressure over here. And you said it so well before this game started, too. That cascade is so good for taking space and forcing out fights, and that's what they're utilizing over towards A site so far to gain control of that extremity. So Luck is able to post up here already towards gate.
He's just pushed so far deep. Echo blind will clear him out though. And if he doesn't get one, he's able to get back as well. Completely dodging all the bullets, all the shots. And Vortex is in such an advanced position here, but able to go down. And it's just a complete collapse from the side of Zeta. Looking to go back. Maybe trying to get one before the leave. With this Outlaw. With Diverse Peach walking up and GM not giving a 1v1. So disciplined. But as I say it, the 1v1's given.
Wingman's planting.
30
Spike
seconds
going
left.
down and Zeta can see this win.
Spike planted. Thanks, man.
And look at the patience, too, from Gentle Minions.
Then one more. They expect the Viper going flank.
Last player standing.
They have to,
One
yeah, they do.
enemy remaining.
Oh no, you're right. Information now, and off the top of the bomb, we're gonna see this thrash. Going for the stick.
No
There's
way.
no warriors. There's no time.
No
You
time.
have to go
Yep.
play.
Oh,
Diverse Peach and Sticks.
Let's reset.
Able to bring that from a 4v2 into the map win. Which is some fantastic Uto usage, especially in the harbor. Getting the kill there.
and I love Anguish's map awareness there in that clutch. You know, even though he wasn't able to close it off, his map awareness of being able to dodge that Thrash by going up that rope and just pushing towards defender spawn there. Wasn't able to close it off, but going into this round, you do see the setup from Gentle Minions slightly differing just a little bit here. But Zeta, it's a mid approach here, and it's very fast. And look at where Serenity's posted already. Izzy comes right on through, but because Serenity's playing under tube here, not gonna get hit by it, and there's 1, 2, and 3! Serenity holding on to that mid position, not letting anything go. And Luck point of contact here. Alarmbot gonna spot him out. Lex sticks with the Odin. Gonna have to find the damage, but right now there are 4 standing on the side of Gentle Minions, so this is a tall task.
Stick loves this Odin.
Mm-hmm.
Especially this Prism Odin. Buying it all the time. We have an Odin specialist coming into this.
In the beta tournament, I used to call it the Lex Stick Special.
Wait, what he's doing?
Oh,
I get picked out by Lux there. Gem, what a fantastic round, especially from Serenity, able to hold those positions. And as you said, the 3K, absolutely perfect.
mm-hmm.
But it does bring Zeta onto a bit of a weaker bite. Peach, go for the hero rifle, and stick to the outlaw. Could maybe sell it. They've done it a bit. Yeah. There seems to be another A hit.
And that Cascade coming through again to try to show the pressure, but he's backing off of it.
This Viper will, while going down, has completely just stopped them in the tracks. They're not able to go up. And just look at GM, look how much positioning they have around the map. All this information, Zeta have to go for this. And they have signs.
Yeah, and one with the Reckoning.
Spike planted. You should run.
Pushes them off there, but the lockdown comes through. It's gonna make it a little dangerous, but he actually might be able to stick it, and he does. What is that? I mean, the kills still go their way on the side of Gentle Minions, but they got so aggressive off the back of the lockdown, didn't even have to destroy it. He just sticks onto the spike.
I'm just wondering what happened. Just in that entire round in general. GM almost forgetting the Zeta on the eco and investing a couple ults, which I don't think they need to use. But then the same with Zeta. And obviously the retake was absolutely perfect. Able to take spike and holding him completely well. And Zeta seem like doing a bit of a pace change here. Going for a bit of a slower default. With some peaks towards mid with CJ and Ekra.
And while they're prodding for that information over towards B on the side of Zeta, it's a very quiet round so far. Looking to find where the aggression comes through. And Gentle Minions, they've set a pretty fast pace early rounds, some of these rounds here. And you see Zeta looking for that, but this time it's so much more reserved. And so far in this map, Gentle Minions have successfully played with the minds of Zeta, causing that deception by putting a lot of pressure and then backing off of it. And that's why you see them so confused into this mid-round, because they're looking for where that same game plan is from, but because the macro is so thought out, so detailed, so methodical by Gentle Minions, it puts them in a really good position right now to play around with the conditioning. But Peach landing on the Storch here. Lex sticks with the Nano Swarm onto the spike. Gonna have to shoot these out. So there's a little bit of stall here, but there are 2 on the flank for the side of Gentle Minions. Lex sticks gonna have to go huge there with the Odin. Gets traded out. And immediately, Peach going down. And there it is from Gentle Minions.
Gun here.
GM looking so much better coming into this map. Even in the 5v5 scenario. And you have to wonder, is there going to be a timeout for the side of Zeta? Buying into that round, if the timeout's a bit too late, there's not going to be anything to do.
Turn out.
And the narrative that we gave for Zeta in the first map was you want to find momentum off the back of a round win. You don't want Zeta to respond with 3 rounds after you win a round. But right now, the reverse can be said. Gentle Minions are the ones actually finding the momentum off the back of the wins that Zeta were able to get. And that was only Pistol and the 4th round for Zeta. And you see 3-round wins so far, and it just starts to stack up too, economy-wise. They are so rich right now, Gentle Minions.
I think Zeta going for an idea with this Viper's Pit towards the B side of the map. Brought up 2 judges here, and I did not expect the force.
Welcome to my world.
And there we go. What a lucky spam from the side of Luck, and he just brought the team back into this round. I hate spamming in this game.
There it is, the lockdown to come down from Gentle Minions. And you see that Thrash coming right on through, still gunning for them. And it lands, but right now the stall's not going to be enough. They're onto it. And right now the picks are going to have to come through. They're onto the spike. It's already half. They have to deal with the additional pressure of the cove, and it's not enough. Wow, that was so close. The defuse comes through as that mosh pit kills him.
Enemies close. Eyes up.
GM looks so incredibly good in these retakes. And it's what they've been doing all map. In 4 out of these 7 rounds, it just ended with the spike being defused. And the spike's been planted in the other rounds. And the timeout finally coming up for Zeta here at a much needed time.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to have to be talking about how they count these retakes.
You're right. And how many times have we seen this from Zeta? I don't even know. Not that many. Not that many timeouts.
You could probably count the number of timeouts on one hand.
Yep. In the whole tournament.
Yeah.
And it's interesting too, because with other squads, a lot of the times we're seeing what the difference is going to look like coming out from what their coach is telling them. But for Zeta, they don't have a coach. Vortex is the brains behind the squad in and out of the server. So, I mean, we're going to see what Vortex has to say about this. And one thing I think is beneficial about having the coach is that they have a top-down view of the game. And when you're in the game, there's certain blind spots, just like when you're driving on the road, right? You've got your rear view mirror, you've got your side mirrors, but there's always that back left, back right blind spot. And I think that the same can be said about being a player in a game like this of Valorant. And so hopefully Vortex can find his value here, but this timeout from Zeta, we're going to have to really utilize this to regain that momentum.
I do like this clue from Zeta though. Talking the timeout, think of how to stop this Harbor Cascade and this disrespect with it.
Yep, and it's a very different round too. They're looking to get aggressive off the back of the information from Gentle Minions. Immediately run over towards B, try to fake out the sound cues in case someone's pushed up, and re-hit towards A. So this is where you can start to see that timeout work for Zeta. The mind of Vortex really racing here to find that answer, but I mean, Gentle Minions haven't really budged. Now, I would have liked to seen Zeta maybe go for a pick over towards B, or at least leave someone inserted. So right now they still have this anchor to run into, and they're both very alive and well. Juan going for the spams, and Luck playing that back Jenny position, able to take the one, but Lexstix taking him down with a judge, and that's 2 from Lexstix. And right now, Zeta are finding their answer off the back of that timeout. You see CJ trying to spot that information. All 3 players on the side of Gentle Minions over here towards screen. Aldrone coming through. Snakebite to deny the positioning back sight. And that's the Aldrone denied. And you see Peach even going for this reflank right now. So, you know, a lot of things here for Zeta that are in their favor. Lexstix answering with the judge. That's 3 on the round for him alone. You see them closing in on the positioning in Anguish. Too much to handle.
Yeah, that was much better from the side of Zeta. Really looking good in these rounds. And Luck buying up the operator. And as we saw, it's a huge struggle for Zeta on the attack side, especially in that 4v5 scenario. I think we might see a similarly placed round here. Maybe just going in for a bit of a fake.
And once again, you see Serenity playing over towards mid, and Anguish is the one trusted over here with the B-side control. Gets dinked through the box, but is still able to take down Ekiro, the duelist on the side of Zeta. So we're gonna have to make some space here, but look at the utility from Gentle Minions. So well timed. Nano Swarm getting popped as that shock dart lands, but Gecko throws the wingman a little too deep there, and Serenity's able to punish it from that mid position. And right now you see Vortex trying to go for that re-wrap, but he gets spotted out as he does so. But the spike is on the side of B. They don't have to go anywhere. This positioning from Vortex is definitely impactful, but they know he's here. Gets spotted out by the turret. And the only thing he can really look for is try to be a wrench. Lexstix takes one down, but Luck answering with the operator. And so far, a very awkward mid-round for both sides. Trying to find the space here, Peach. Approaching the angle, but Luck
Spike
too
down
good.
B.
The trade still comes through, though. CJ landing one down. And there's that mid-presence
30
from Vortex.
seconds left.
Spotted out and taken down. The lineup comes through. CJ hits the first. And that's 3 on the round for him. Feeling really good with the rifle on this one. Serenity going for that re-wrap. CJ mashing the buttons there. Dropping his rifle, but recovering it. And Serenity has made really good work of this. This is such a calm play. And he's not even aware. Oh, he looks for it. Ooh, no! The crosshair placement was just off Serenity, and CJ comes up with the clutch there for Zeta.
Is everyone's tech still working? Double check it.
CJ, what a fantastic clutch with the 4K. I think that was just a bit of a miscommunication inside of Zeta. I don't think they meant to go for that wingman. A couple of the players just trying to maybe rotate out. We saw Vortex near the A side of the map, going for a bit of a mid play. And obviously without the hero CJ, the round is over. Importantly, just want to add that Zeta's managed to string 2 rounds together, and they haven't been able to do this all map yet.
You're absolutely right. And that's where you start to get nervous about that momentum, because if it's 1, then it's 2. Zeta usually make it 3 in a few. And coming right into this side of Gentle Minions, powerless going into this. The take is coming through, but Vortex tries to go for that same aggression he was going for on Ascent, but it was punished out. Lekro with that top screen's positioning, able to trade him out. Now Lexstix is actually the factor here for Zeta on the retake. You see this post-plant positioning with the judge under, but the Aldrone is too good, forcing out the peek. Right now, Gentle Minion is doing a very good job of checking off all the boxes going into this Dizzy, landing onto 3, so they're aware of a lot of the positionings. And right now, there's not a whole lot in the toolkit on the side of Zeta going into this, so they're going to have to use the rifles, go for the peek soft contact. The fragment even missed, and that's a huge piece of utility going into it. And right now, as he stays onto the spike right now, the spam isn't enough! And there it is. 7th round for Gentle Minions.
There we go, GM
Last
able to
round in the half.
cauterize the bleeding, stop that hold. It's so good still. Operator hasn't really seen too much value, but just the scare factor of it, I think it's doing enough. I'm a big fan of the operator. Not spam through smokes, but the operator. That's where it's at. Just a bit of the pre-round here. Just a bit towards the mid-tier. Maybe attempting to punish this over for going for the start of round.
Last time they did this, Serenity was very ready for it. They tried to flash through it this time. It doesn't hit onto Serenity, but Vortex still lands the shot. Trying to deal with it there, and that's how you see Zeta starting to deal with this mid-pressure, but Vortex once again getting a little overzealous in his individual prowess. So going down to Storch over there.
You should run.
Aldrone coming through. And there is the lockdown from Lexstix, but it is a fake. Lockdown invested towards the B site. And Juan goes down mid. And it's so sparse from Zeta here, but it's working.
GM haven't heard any noise. And Juan is ready for it. Going back towards the A site. But Storch, so passive. Waiting for any noise. He's almost expecting. He's playing to kitchen. Crosshair lined up, ready for it. Both players in a one and done angle. And CJ's gonna take the bait right into it. Storch able to get the one. Lexstix. Pivotal trade needed here. And then the last round of the half, this is what matters. But all the audio heard from Storch, and we can clearly see this run back
Spike planted.
from Juan. And I mean, just looking into this, does not look good for the Odin specialist himself. Getting a bit of information there. And for the util, he needs to get one, but the cove is going to be so hard to break through. Breaking it through and all the information is received. Just needs to hold him off now.
Placing swarm grenade.
Ooh, I like the idea he had there.
Incredibly close. With the half over, GM just looked a lot better. A lot better in the retakes.
Switching sides.
And a lot of practice on the map. Showing why this is why they picked it. Zeta are gonna really need to show what they can do on this defense half. I do think
very good half there. Oh, good.
I do think this Harbor Viper comp bit more catered to the defense side, but still, well, it's nice in attack. But I think Zeta's comp with this double initiator again, more attacking. So I think we might see a bit of an even half here. Both teams probably in their least preferred side. However, we've seen things not show just from the comp alone. And for good read into Zeta, into this mid round.
And this is definitely a pistol that Zeta are going to need too. It was a really good half from Gentle Minions. They found so much momentum. First blood does go the way of Zeta here. It's Harbor down, but they do have the Viper still to invest into those smokes. So you see that's why the hit is coming towards B, because that's where the Viper utility was expended. And so far the stall is decent, but Anguish and Serenity taking them down. And it doesn't make good. Zeta members falling right now. A lot of 1v1s being taken, but this time it's Gentle Minions winning those out. Zeta usually good in positions like that, but bit of a deficit this time.
What can we see Diverse P try to get away with here? Incredibly hard round for him. And it's going to be over with GM. Lux shooting in the back. I'm winning all those 1v1s. Momentum might have swapped here. GM look a bit better than Zeta. I'm thinking, just on the side of Zeta, looking a bit more tilted here. Mental. Not really good, and GM, they just look absolutely amazing. Completely dominating Zeta in a way you wouldn't expect coming into this. Sheriffs have been brought up on the side of Zeta. And round 2 thrifties are very, very common in this. I don't know the exact stats, but I feel like it's 3 out of 4. Or 2 out of 3.
What a play there. Getting the running gun with the Spectre there, but Lexstick's able to trade it out. It was a good idea from Zeta. Collapse on that mid space, but getting punished. And Lexstick's able to recover a Spectre off the back of that, though. Probably might be able to take this planter down, but it's too much to ask for.
Oops.
I don't really see a way they could get back into this round. With the amount of Yuto just from this comp alone, with the Harbor, a nice job from Ekara. But it's not enough. With 2 guns being taken away, the investment Zeta kind of put into that round, it's not the greatest. And we're seeing a bit of a weak gun. Vortex often goes to Judge, and Ekara with the Guardian. Legstick's also with the Judge. it's not really the best bonus. And with the 3 rifles on the side of GM, it looks better for them.
You know, there's a good old saying, everyone has a plan until they get punched in the face. And right now, Zeta's getting punched in the face. I mean, this is a beautiful response from Gentle Minions. In terms of the momentum, in terms of the confidence, the strategy too. They are working this map very well. And their post plants, they look clinical. It is textbook. And that's the type of prep that we know this team is really good at. And they said it before the map started too, and they were right. There's no nerves. They don't care. They're so prepared for this. And right now I see that plant coming through. Lex sticks, trying to get ahead of it. The classic Zeta play. But it wasn't enough once again. And even Storch with the long range angle towards Snowman, able to shut him down, and the shots just look so good. And when a team like Zeta, who is usually very good at winning 1v1s, cannot find that value with rifles, that's where they start to falter. Because there's not a lot of deep strategy in their gameplay. It's mostly winning out fights. And there it is, Juan. Following up as I say that. Plant's gonna come through and Vortex looking to stop it, and he gets 3! What is that?
Last player standing.
Making me eat my words, but Ekiro is on 35 HP. He's got the Vandal in hand. I still think it's too much to ask for. He gets the flick. Ooh, hoo, 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 hoo. That was dangerous, but Storch finishing it off there, and that's round 11 for Gentle Minions.
Even when they're losing rounds, we're seeing this individual hero plays and amazing aim coming out from VOD. Not having the greatest map for himself. But just a 3k with the spray control. And I had everyone nervous there. It's like a bit of a mid-hit. Entire team go into this. And Killjoy sat alone.
Able to recover 1, but Zeta, they're so good with the gunfights, and look at them. Gentle Minions want to collapse on this and just kill them while they have the chance. And Storch landing down 3, and that is the mid play completely shut down. Zeta still can't find the answer, and the utility was going to kill him anyway. Look at how ahead of the punch they are. So reactive to that, and it works out in their favor.
Match point.
Match point.
This might be it. I said it before. GM able to strike onto Zeta, take away their first map of the entire tournament. But 12-4, I don't see Zeta making a comeback. Great team. And Lex sticks back on that Odin, back on his favorite gun. Could be a chance for it. But GM just looked so good in the entire tournament. With Ekiro getting 1, it might make me my words.
Ooh. It's labored from Storch, but he's still able to get 1 and get out. But it leaves him on 4 HP. It's going to be difficult too, especially with Ekiro re-aggroing towards his B main. It definitely gives the information on the side of Zeta, but if he's not disciplined enough with this, he's going to get caught out. He's going to back off that contact.
Deploying drone.
The odds is incredibly low going to Zeta here. And Vortex being a great player, but tagged out here. Able to die. And it's really not looking good for the side of Zeta. Full util on the Gecko to be able to play with, but in this plant position, it's very hard. Cove working against them here with this wingman.
Nowhere to run!
Last player standing.
Almost had it for a second. And the 1v2 clutch. Not coming the way. GM taking their map. 1-1 in the series. And that's what you need to come back.
Yeah, very well said. I mean, that's exactly what you need if you're Gentle Minions in this series right now. What a dominant map right there. And I talked about this in Zeta's last, or no, it was in the matchup with Gentle Minions versus Rendezvous, actually, the lower final. Is the only team and the only players we have seen been able to get success against Zeta in a series and even take them down were players from Rendezvous. Wild Ray and Rimuru, to be exact. And looking at this, this is a way wider margin than we have previously seen Zeta been defeated. So, a beautiful map here from Gentle Minions, and a lot to be said about this series so far. And I'm definitely on the edge of my seat with this one, because 13-4, that's pretty dominant. That's really good from them, and it was a clinic to watch. So going into map 3, I don't know. With this kind of momentum, I think that the mental is definitely down from Zeta. I think that Gentle Minions, because they have that added coaching staff, too, exactly for that, is they have someone to make up for that. Keep you held accountable between your maps, and even in those timeouts. Hey guys, is the mental good? Go take a walk after your map, get a drink of water, get some fresh air. But on the side of Zeta, it's just players. So I'm not entirely sure what that discipline is going to look like going into the next map, and hopefully they're not getting into their own heads too much, because I think you mentioned it during that map right there, is it looked like the mental was starting to go down, and they don't have somebody to keep them in check with that. And I doubt that even Vortex has the bandwidth to be able to do that, because he's IGLing, he's fragging, he's playing important roles for the team. So I'm not sure on the side of Zeta who that would be, but wow.
This is when, during this map intermission, they're going to need to get their mentor back up. Ready for this Lotus, their map pick, starting on that defending side. This is when they need to stop it and claim 3-1 win, or even a 3-2 win. But GM, they looked so much better on that Icebox. And I'm starting to take back my prediction. I think they could take it away. I think it might go all the way to a map 5. Especially if they're that well drilled on these two maps. Oof. On Lotus and Sunset.
Oh wow. Oh wow. So the instant locks coming out from Zeta so far in this agent select is quick. CJ on the Omen, Peach on the Breach. That rhymes. And then we've got Lex Sticks on that Cypher, of course. But what surprises me here is Vortex on Neon. Now, we've seen him on Duelist before, so nothing necessarily new in that department, but it's the comp overall for me. I think I've seen something like this before, but I definitely didn't expect it from Zeta here.
Yeah, it's a very dive heavy comp with the two Duelists and the Breach. And just locking that in there, they seem to be prepared for this. Ready with the comp. Importantly, they don't have the Raze, and the Raze is so good in this map. In my opinion, she just completely dominates Jet. And without this nade, it's been pretty hard with this A main pressure. And just on the other side of things, looks like a pretty basic comp with the Cypher and the Omen, and then the Gecko and the Fade. And that's covering this Raze here. Probably what we're going to see. There we go. So it's default comp. Oh, almost default. This is a bit of a different comp.
Yeah. And I don't necessarily dislike Neon. I think Neon's a great agent, especially after the buffs with both slides there, and, you know, a more powerful relay bolt with that exploding in a lesser window of time. I think that is definitely a good pick, especially for Lotus. You know, we see it happening a lot, especially in the Pacific region. But one thing I do want to say about it is the reason Neon had such a low pick rate, especially prior to the buffs, was the Cypher. I think Neon is very heavily countered by that. If you have a really good Cypher that's got good trips, really good presence on the site. But I think that's so easy to deal with this double dive comp. You have the Jet and the Omen who can get up and over the trips. You've got the Breach who can really deal with it. So I think that going into this, I'm excited to see how they play around it.
Yeah, I have to agree. And obviously, Lotus a good map to Cypher. But the best counter trips is never hitting the trips at all. And with the 3 sites, it's pretty easy.
Yep.
Just on the 3 round. I think a C and B hit. directly into GM. And the Rule already starting off, setting the pace and the tone for the rest of this map. And this fast flank coming out, Ekura getting one. And going back. Seaside left completely open. They're able to capitalize on this.
Yeah, and that wingman getting the plant down. Looks like Gentleman want to get a little ahead of the curb here, but I think Zeta's getting that information as the pings start to come through. Lex Sticks was the one that's finding that. Really trying to get ahead of it there, but gets punished for it. Right now, only 3 left standing for the side of Zeta, but Gentleman's very low in the HP. They're going for it there, and there it is, CJ right through the smoke. And there's that aggressive play that we usually see from them. The first pick comes through, and there's a second, and Storch looking for the clutch, but Peach trading it out, and what a close round there, but Zeta converting that pistol.
Storch almost winning that. Fantastic aim to get the 2 headshots. And CJ really almost secured that round there. 2 insanely valuable plastic hits.
Yes, this should do.
I just want to say, Peach on the breach. Great supporting you two. And the stats round. Peach on the breach.
I like that saying. Gotta make a song out of that one.
Go hard, just like the C main push.
Ooh.
Getting straight onto the site. And a great shot from Ekura. But Peach on the breach going down.
Spike planted.
Yeah, and Vortex got the Guardian in hand here. He's looking for the damage, but Juan has made really good with the classic. Ekro getting out of dodge, but CJ answering with Spectre onto Anguish. Storch and Serenity playing around the angles, but this right here is usually the hardest one to hold. And Lex Sticks with the jump up with the Judge, and CJ with the Spectre. And this time, at least we did not get that eco conversion on round 2. So already looking different for Zeta.
And they're finally able to convert through. I'm a bit of a different buy here. Ekura, still rich, but obviously buying a bit more. And with these 2 shotguns coming out, Lex Sticks, obviously, he's always got one. Or the Odin. This entire series, I've not seen a rifle in this man's hand.
Yeah.
Looks like GM going for a bit more of a default here, as expected.
Cage triggered. Camera tripwire destroyed.
GM love cutting this noise. And looks like it's going to pivot into this B hit. Ready to break this A door. And then run through. But these positions from Zeta almost seem ready for it. Using all these close range guns. And CJ getting his one, getting the second on the Anguish.
Spike sticking. Thanks, little man.
Ekura getting one more, not trading 2 back. Ooh. And there we go. Bonus conversion to the side of Zeta. This is fantastic.
Yeah. I think that round, some of the shots kind of looking like map 1 from Gentlemanians there, but definitely time to recover into this map here. It's a good round conversion there from Zeta. I think that it's much to be said behind it compared to the other 2 maps where they weren't able to even get that second round. So they get second round and bonus this time. So that's a momentum that Zeta's going to need because right now it's heavily against them. It's good, especially here on Lotus. I think they're doing a good job of handling the information early round that Gentlemanian are giving. You saw them try to go for that default last round. They had 3 towards A main. They leave 2 inserted. They go 2 to re-clear towards B main. They are able to get onto the B site, but I think that Zeta have a good idea going into these retakes how to pinch in. And they're going to have to be careful of that. I want to see Gentle Minions in these rounds get a little more proactive into the retake and try to stop them before the fight comes to them. But right now, it's onto the site. And as I say that, Zeta still dealing with it right now. Ekaro still a nuisance on the site, and nothing has dealt with him yet. And there it is, Storch with the headshot from the Sheriff. And Peach on the breach. Over here towards defender spawn. Prowler comes right on through, forcing him off the angle momentarily, but the information is coming through with the thrash. And it may just very well land onto him, but it doesn't. CJ from the shadows towards main, and it looks like they're not aware of this just yet because there was so much noise towards the site. So he's going for the peek here. There's the Phantom landing right on the Storch. And right now, Serenity on the site. Sheriff only in hand. The stun comes right on through. And there it is. The support onto the walls from Zeta.
It's another amazing retake from Zeta. GM getting the picks into the rounds. They can't be too mad of it, especially on that low buy. And this time, Ekra is the one-upping. We've seen Luck do it all series, and not one hit into it from Ekra. And Peach on the breach. Very well, Yuto. Very good, Yuto.
No more charges left.
It's like he's been a breachman his entire life. Minimum aggressive A hit. With the upshot missing, if it was stabbed to his smoke, he might be seeing what he can get. It's so incredibly close. Each time, centimeters off. I guess inches.
And the crazy part about this too is Zeta have such a good read. And that's something they're so good at too. Stacking the bodies towards A site, and that's where the pressure was from Gentle Minions. But once again, you see this B contingency coming out from them. And right now, they're trying to fake onto that A site with the Nightmare, and it looks like it's working. You see Vortex himself rotating towards that A site. And there's only CJ here to deal with the aggression over towards B. He gets one, but he goes down for it. Vortex trying to answer on with the judge. Peach landing one down onto Anguish, and that was the player that was going to try to backstab during this push here. But Serenity is the next layer to this, playing in this link position from Breakable. The flash comes right on through, and there it is. Textbook, nice support from the breach player. Storch looking to have the answer there, but the peaks come through from Zeta, and that's number 5 on the board. And this is where the economy starts to stack up against Gentle Minions very heavily.
And this is the Zeta we're used to seeing. 5 rounds in a row, dominating GM. Let's say Icebox was just a bit of a fluke. It's been so good. There we go. Timeout inside of GM. Okay, need to have the coach do a lot here. And just a bit of a leaks from the Zeta camp. I've heard the CJ actually the one doing these anti-strats. Very prepared onto this map. And by God, he's got a good job at it. 9-3,
Wow.
top rank in the server, and doing all this.
Yeah, and that speaks more to CJ being a great addition to that roster as well, because, you know, previously Vortex had all of that weight on his own shoulders. So CJ coming into this, giving them some of the strategies of his own is really good to hear, because I see it playing out right now. I mean, the game that Gentle Minions are so used to playing on Lotus was very oppressive. It's very good, even on defense too. So I'm excited to see what that looks like as well. But as we finish off this attack, and Juan is trying to find a game plan that brings the momentum in their favor, finding the answers to the aggression that Zeta are getting to shut down a lot of these plants. We're going to see where the pace change comes in.
Yeah, they're going to be hard to talk about. How do they stop Zeta in this? Again, a bit leaning towards the safe side of the map.
There.
We've seen this before with the AE and the CD vault. But we haven't seen Vortex so pushed up. He might be able to get any of them.
Where you are.
Yeah. And the crazy part, he did that on Omen on Ascent, making all of those solo plays, taking matters into his own hands. And that's exactly what he did over there on that B flank. Looking for the pick and just getting out of dodge immediately by running out of there. But Peach, that's the spike down onto C, and only Serenity's left onto the side. Ekiro, very aware of the position and even getting the wall bang off the back of it too. So Juan and Anguish desperately trying to find their way back into this and wondering where it's all going wrong. And it's what we've seen so many of the other rounds so far in this game. Gentleman is not able to find an answer. Picks just going on the side of Zeta.
It's just Spike is completely isolating the C site. No chance for him to come back. And was looking like a save. Gives both teams just time to talk. It's almost like a proto timeout. Able to do anything. And they're hunting down these guns.
10 seconds left.
Hopefully they get them.
What? Oh. I mean, they have the money, but that was crazy from Hekro.
Bit of a weird blunder. The thing is, he hasn't even elected to go for the top again. So he's just gone back to the Vandal. So I'm starting to think this might be a play from them. Just maybe fake it. GM on another low buy, choosing to force into the ground with a this aiming util. It's a complete fake and no one's gone up with it. And they're so scared. Pings on the map, trying to clear a rubble. This gives the timing. Taking Echo to go off the peak. And forgive me, but they did actually buy the off-rate drop again. Just able to get the pick.
I'm out of here.
Free death from Vortex. Now they're collapsing towards the A side of the map. GM opting to leave it. Get back to the C and exactly where the Cypher set up. Next sticks. Bit of a slower game. He's a great player, but he hasn't really got lucky with his placements. And the Odin comes through. What an angle.
30 seconds.
Serenity's so low. Fade.
Enemy remaining.
Hit with the camera, and it's completely over. Vortex running in there, stealing those 2 kills. And just look at these ult economy from Zeta. 4 ults. And from the shadows, not the greatest ult. 5 and 7. 5 out of 7. It's not looking too good for GM.
Yeah. And I mean, that's an understatement. This is crazy. And they're so rich on the side of Zeta. They can go through a few round losses here and still confidently go in with plenty of weapons in their arsenal. I think that this is where things become dangerous, and you really have to find these rounds. CJ trying to do the damage, and they still haven't dealt with him. He's able to get 1 down before he goes. The showstopper not finding any value. Vortex over towards the position is just getting the damage done, and they can't even get through the choke point right now. And look at that from Peach. Even the aftershock to follow up on the back of that, and he dies to it. Juan, only a Bucky in hand and 42 HP. Plenty in his toolkit without the Dizzy to utilize, but I mean, there's nothing that can come out of this round. And once again, Zeta shutting them down before they can even plant the spike.
Peach on the breach with amazing util. I said it, the ult economy is going to matter.
Oh.
Able to get 2 kills and 1 for the aftershot.
Now remember, what
It's absolutely fantastic. So I'm going to say it now. We might see a 30-0.
Uh-oh.
But the way this defense side is gone for Zeta.
Oh, this is a nice spot.
I wouldn't be surprised if it actually happened.
Me either, but we might have cursed it. I feel like GM wins this round now.
Oh yeah, 100% GM wins round.
Oh, never mind. Shots still aren't landing there, and even Ekaro finding success over there towards Mound. Once again, Gentle Minions scattering in this mid-round. Wondering, what do we do? Can't even get out of their own spawn. Look at where the X's are on the minimap there. One dying B pillars as Vortex pushes through and sprays them down. One getting opt from Ekaro from Mound at C lobby. And the only contingency is to come over here towards A. They're scared of the other lanes. But it's Lexstix playing here. He's gotten Odin. The trips are up. I mean, there's just no options. Serenity going for a peek here. Trying to sniff out the setup. And right now it's looking like they want to take things over towards B. And the flash comes through, but Storch by himself with the spike. Serenity does take one down, but the spam was a little too committed to there by Lexstix. But Peach on the breach, able to take one down there in Serenity. And there's the wingman to get the plant down from the shadows to get the positioning out towards door. And Storch trying to take matters into his own hands, and that he does. The damage looks good right now. They can set up a crossfire here. Dizzy to come out, momentarily denying that push through the choke point. And right now they're set up for this contact play. Roomba come through. Stun, trying to take him down, but the Thrash is committed here. And Storch is trying to find the first, and they might collapse in on this, but little do they know there's another one there. And he can't take him down. And there it is. The Caster's Curse comes through for Gentle Minions, and they take away their first round.
Need a drop.
Oh, we did cool at least. Take that from it. 30-0 over though. The 8-1 is still good from Zeta, and the economy hasn't been damaged one bit. From the bright side, GM looked very good into that round, getting the win in the 2v2 scenario. That's got to be a bit of a mental help. They must be thinking in their camps right now that an 8-4 half is possible. And at minimum, at least they got one.
And once again, we got a slow round there. You saw Zeta trying to get proactive over towards A lobby and not try to give up too much space, but this time it doesn't go in their favor. It's very rare to be in that position, but Ekaro, the second layer to this, does have the operator in hand, ready to deal with the A main, but not sure if he got spotted out there. Luck already over towards the Rebel position, but Juan getting taken down. Luck dropping the spike. He's going to try to go for this fight here, but Ekaro's good for it. Peeking right into the operator there, and this is that mid-round where you start to think about the conversation of discipline. Luck going for that peek there completely changes things for Gentle Minions. Ekaro doing great work with the operator. Missing on to Anguish there. And this time, he's getting closed in on. Anguish with the fake TP. Works out. Serenity in a clutch here. Right now, Zeta still with the numbers, but we've seen some nice shots come out from Serenity before, so gonna try to go into this one with confidence. 2 flashpoints invested into this paranoia as well. And as the timer goes down to 10 seconds here, Serenity's gonna have to isolate these fights pretty soon. Expecting that one's onto site here. Loses the window of opportunity. Gonna have to commit to the plant there. And there's a Shrouded Step causing some doubt in the mind of Serenity. And that's it.
Unfortunately, not able to save the gun over. And a 9th round for the side of Zeta. Ekra, so good with that art. Doing everything he can to stabilize the round and eventually brings in for a win. And with GM on that low buy, there has to be questions about what they're going to do here.
Find you.
Ekaro getting forced off the angle with that haunt there, but still able to go for the re-peek and land on Juan. And it looks like a bit of a bait and switch as well. Ekaro throwing all the shots from sight, but Vortex is the one in the position to stop this push right next to the choke point. Ekaro's going to have to shoot out that Dizzy, though. CJ taking down that B lurker, but Vortex commits to it early and gets both off the back of that. And it just leaves Luck in a 1v5 here. Once again, Zeta finding those picks that they need early into the round, denying the plant onto the site, and Vortex 3 on the round, and a lot of impact. Operator recovered.
Last round before the switch.
I keep on pointing out for a 10-1/2 from Zeta, and if they can get one more. This is complete collapse for the side GM. Looking so good in Icebox. We're looking so bad in Lotus.
Paranoia. Invested very early towards the B site. Let's force one off, but once again, Vortex ratting through the smokes here. In the dark cover, but this time going to be spammed out. And Peach, he was trying to help him there. You see the effort. The Nightmare coming onto the site there, and the Neural Theft landing here. Ekaro still gets one. And they're still denying that choke point, but the plan comes over towards the C site, and look at where Anguish is too. This could be the decision maker here. Are they aware of it though? Ekaro jumping around. CJ trying to bait for him, but it doesn't work. Not enough awareness going into that one. Gentle Minions getting the picks on their side. Peach trying to deny the spike. And this time, we're in a 2v4 position. Zeta at a disadvantage. Got the Odin in hand for Lex Sticks. Peach with Phantom. 2 flashes to work with. Fault line as well. But nothing in the hands of Lex Sticks. Gonna try to get a dry peek here with the Odin. Flashpoint doesn't land on the Anguish. Able to take him down, and now Lex Sticks left in the 1 versus 4. Double peek comes right on through and gets punished there from the Odin of Lex Sticks. Looking to running gun towards the left side, and there it is. Second round converted for Gentle Minions, ending off the half in dominant fashion for Zeta.
Switching sides.
It almost feels like consolation prize at this point.
Simple as that.
Yeah.
Zeta, 10-2.
Oh, this is a nice spot.
And with the double duelist on the attack side, it's not looking good for them. GM, just with no answers at the start of the half. And if they kept up the form at the start, towards the at the end, towards the start, it could have been a lot more competitive this map. But currently, I don't see them getting back into it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree. And if they do, though, it's gonna have to start with this pistol round. Gotta find an answer here. It starts off with this Rebel control. Going for it there. Dizzy gonna be recovered. And you see Zeta, they want to approach this, but they want to do it reserved. Wait for that utility to be spammed out from Gentle Minions, and then immediately get the utility to stack on the side. But Gentle Minions, Storch in particular, starting this one off with that pick there, but Luck playing. Mouse jump comes through. He's trying to play around the angle. Still landing on a CJ there, and it's a 1v1 from both duelists around this Rebel spot. Ekaro has done so good with the Sheriff throughout the series, but this time he doesn't have an answer. Lex Sticks with the Frenzy in hand. Gonna have to go for it, but it doesn't look likely here. As Juan, Anguish, double peek, and there it is. Pistol for Gentle Minions.
It's giving me a bit of confidence. I don't want to count my eggs before they hatch. But if Zeta can do it, so can GM.
This should do.
It's another comeback on the table. I just want to point out the buy. Everyone going for these different bonus buys. It's 4 Bulldogs. And it's 1 Guardian. It's great for taking these long range fights, which obviously Lotus you want to do. But Zeta with a read for it, going to the B site. Closest site, and the site best used for their classics.
Spike down A.
That's the spike down too. Luck making real good off the dry peek there. This time. Zeta not able to capitalize off that gunfight here. 51 HP onto CJ. Trying to answer onto the Roomba there. And Ekaro the third layer to try to come in and stop things, but Lexstick's caught on a really bad timing over by C, and Ekro is the only one that can really recover the spike and is not in a position to get traded. Vortex, he's been at B this entire time, trying to look for that rotation from C, as most of the numbers were towards A, but they have not budged.
Team Ace.
Able to convert the round 2. It's been pretty rare in these series, and not even losing a gun is very good. And a bit of a lower buy on the side of Zeta. This is what they did during the Icebox, and it did not work too well for them. And Vortex going down immediately. Another portion of loss. But on the right side, they do have this A side of the map. And they're able to get these guns up. That's what they need to do. The first Pete taking the boom bot damage, but Luck being 1 HP. Using both satchels, try and get it back. There's a trade coming out. Peach gets advantage from them. Zeta. One more. It's fantastic from Zeta. Able to convert that out. Maybe losing a bit too much numbers there. But with the buy they bought into it, they didn't have too much of an advantage.
Thanks.
True.
Need a drop.
And I think that round right there is very indicative of Zeta playing together. That post-plant positioning was so good, but it wasn't just the positioning, it was the synergy, peeking off of each other, being able to take those fights there. You see them converting that third round there. Very important from them if they want to keep this map in their favor. You don't want that bonus conversion from GM if you are Zeta, but on the flip side, that would have been really good from GM if they could pull that off. Going into this round here, round number 16 of the game. Anguish finding a spam through the smoke there. And Gentle Minions want to completely stop this momentum. I'm going to keep it going here, and right now, you see the retake coming through already. He's very fast as he moves towards this B site, but Luck very ahead of it there, but CJ is on the reflank from A main. And all of a sudden, it just shuts down Gentle Minions' chances into this one. As I say that, Serenity taking down Ekro, but getting traded off immediately is going to be Juan. Neural Theft coming right on through, confirming the positions on site here. Going to tap one of the spike, force out the peaks. And Anguish makes really good of that first fight. 3 bullets in the chamber. Gonna have to go for the fight there. And CJ from main, he was so pivotal in this round, getting both of those picks ahead of the retake towards Breakable and then re-wrapping back to B main and closing off the round there. It's those types of plays that are keeping Zeta so far ahead in this series right now.
Absolutely fantastic from CJ, like you pointed out. Saving his teammate from the detainment, and then able to get 4 into the round. Doing all that on the controller. Absolutely amazing. I'm on the match point here for Zeta. Map point, in fact. Winning this gives you such an advantage coming to the later stage of this tournament. For this best of 5 itself.
Cage triggered.
Paranoia coming through. Serenity with the weight of the C site on her shoulders, gonna try to make the damage, but Lexstick's running right through with the Vandal. And all of a sudden, bodies start dropping.
Spike planted.
Spams all coming through. You see Zeta trying to get ahead of this one there, and it answers. Luck going straight down from the shadows towards main, but they're so ahead of it right now. Zeta were aware that that play was coming through, and CJ ends it off 13-4. What a clapback from Zeta.
Again, it's fantastic from Zeta. Almost what's expected from them. Icebox seems just like a fluke to them. And they punch back with another 13-4, like GM did to them. It's absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, it was amazing to watch. Seeing them go down 13-4, I mean, that's a very, very rare sighting for Zeta. And you're right, this was very expected, honestly, going into Lotus. Even though I thought it might have been a little bit closer, I figured that they were going to find their footing back in the server. And that they did, and they dominated Gentle Minions just as much on this map as Gentle Minions did on them on Icebox. And I think that alone is so good for them going into the series, but it's dangerous for Gentle Minions because we're going back into another map pick here. And it's a little scary around those lines because when Zeta have this kind of momentum, they don't back down. And they keep it going. And coming out of Ascent, again, that was a narrative I gave last game on Icebox, is I don't think Zeta necessarily had too much crazy momentum coming out of Ascent. You know, there was a lot of things mentally that were taking them out of that. Then going into Icebox, boom, goes into Gentle Minions. Now coming on Lotus, they recover that here. I mean, map 3, do you think they just take this 3-1, or do you think we're going the distance?
I think it has to be 3-1.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like Icebox, I said it before, just a fluke for them. And with how well that map went, and when they had the 5 players in the Ascent, I thought they had such a great advantage into it. Going into the Sunset map now, it's gotta look good for them. This is GM's pick, and this is what GM preferred over Split. So I'm feeling very confident for them.
Yeah. And this makes me wonder too, you know, is Icebox something that maybe Gentle Minions should have exploited a little earlier on when they went up against Zeta the first time around? Because in the series that these two teams played up against each other previously, we saw Ascent and Sunset. Now Ascent went in Zeta's favor 13-4, and Sunset went in Zeta's favor 13-5. So Gentle Minions weren't even able to recover double-digit amount of rounds out of 2 maps away from Zeta. And the map that they ended off there was Sunset. So with that being the very next map, that's what makes me nervous for Gentle Minions here, because Zeta seemed to have the answer here. The weakest map we saw this entire tournament from Zeta was Icebox. And with seeing them being dominant on so many of the other maps, I agree with you on that prediction. It's definitely going to be a 3-1 here. I think so. And speaking of that, CJ, great performance. I mean, time and time again, getting so much value out of the Omen pick there. And Ekaro coming back into that duelist role. I mean, he always shines for this roster. And Vortex in the duelist role as well. But on the flip side, Gentle Minions, pretty decent performances here. I definitely think it's safe to say that the roster has warmed up, at least individually at this point. And we saw it last map as well. But from a strategic perspective, you know, I didn't see too much here from the side of Gentle Minions. But hopefully Sunset, we see that change.
Then GM don't really stand a chance.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And looking into Agent Select here, I'm gonna get a glimpse as to what the game plan is coming out from these teams. Now, we get that Jet pick from Ekaro, and doesn't really surprise me. He is definitely, you know, a great Jet player in this tournament. A lot of times on Sunset, you're going to see teams playing Raze if it's going to be solo initiator. If there's going to be 2, maybe that's when you opt in for the Jet. But Zeta sticking to that fundamental that Ekaro likes to play towards. So definitely good from them. And this is a Sunset, or sorry, an Ascent comp that we're getting out from Zeta here with respect to having Lex sticks onto that Cypher.
Yeah, no, I have to agree. The exact same as comp that he ran in Ascent.
Yep.
I mean, it's not really that bad of a comp, to be honest. On
Yeah,
the side
it's pretty good.
They have to be running a bit of a different comp here. I think we're going to see the Raze go out. And the Raze, in my opinion, is a much better than duelist and Jet than that. The Ekara, bit of a Jet one trick, it seems like. I know he used to play Essential, but he's only been playing Jet in the series. So Flux can get the advantage with playing the better duelist in this map. That's when we might see them be able to go for a win.
Yeah, and you've got that Gecko Breach as well. Pretty standard comp from Gentle Minions on the flip side. Got that Raze. I love this comp a lot. I think it's really good. I also like Zeta's comp. We don't see that comp that often on this map, though. I will say, as an individual agent standpoint, we do. Cypher, I mean, is all over Sunset. So is Omen. I think even KO, we see him a lot of times as well, sometimes paired with that Gecko. But you've got the Sova out this time instead of the Fade as well. So definitely a good comp from both sides. One of them a little more traditional, one of them not. So I'm excited to see how that juxtaposition plays out on this map.
And we're getting into it. What could be the final map of all of VLE Season 1. And just to point out what's happening before, Zeta on the attack, already looking towards his A site. I think CJ has a lineup ready. Not to beat. He's just aiming to tag where the Cypher is. Maybe get a bit of value from it.
Yep. And folks, here we are. We are on tournament point. Zeta up 2-1 right now into the series, and we are getting started with Pistol on the last, or possibly last map of this whole series and tournament. And as you said, looks like there's a lot of aggression over towards A to be had. Spikes over here towards B, so a fake play coming out from Zeta already. Daisy to go up. Box checked off. Presence has been found. Off the back of that, looks like Zeta want to be very fast about this mid-rounding. You see them immediately rotating off of B to try to maybe come and help with a potential fight towards A main, but one was not taken. Still trying to go for that information. Juan with the jiggle peek able to land off the dink there, and the job is done for him so far into this round. Enough damage for them to comfortably start to reposition. Zeta. You see the gears turning, try to move around that mid-round, but there it is Peach. Good work with the ghost there, taking down the smokes on the side of Gentle Minions.
Zeta coming in with the advantage in this round. This shotgun doesn't take the Cypher trip because it's not placed there. And look at this, look at Lextex.
Spike planted.
So far deep in mid, doing all these rotations. And he has to be the one to win this pistol round. Just completely...
They're going into it here, Lextex. Yeah. Found that timing too.
One enemy remaining.
Peach towards main. He got 2 off the back of that, and Peach with 3. What a pistol there from Zeta.
Alright, very good. Now we're gonna finally see another round 2 conversion from the side of Zeta. They did it last time, they're gonna do it this time. Again, bit of a weaker buy. Lextex probably gonna force up. But currently just sticking to frenzy.
Kill all your opponents.
There we go, Outlaw. Being sold, he's sticking with the frenzy. Oh, brings up the signature Odin. His favorite gun in the game. And they've made this call correctly. Straight onto the A site, no one there. And this fast flank coming from GM. It has to be recognized. Look at Ekra taking so much space towards his mid.
Yeah, Zeta, they are so good at these reads. Clearly coming towards this A site. Vortex. He's got the Bucky in hand. Right now it's long range, but they have the information that there's got to be a lot of presence towards this flank right now. Ekaro hasn't made a single point of contact so far in the usual rotation pathing here on Sunset, so Zeta starting to realize the information that they're working with here. And that's why you see them exiting over towards the spawn of the defenders.
Yeah, GM. Electing to die to the spike here. Sound corner, running out to it. Not really expect, to be honest. Denying the ops for Zeta.
Yep.
Pony didn't find out the Odin for Lextex. And he's able to buy full armor into this round. And he's the one with the big gun. He's the one who can make a difference. For Serenity. Odin also in hand. Maybe going for the Odin death. Same with the Cypher.
Storch. Fault line coming through. Anguish going to peek off the back of it, but Zeta so far doing a really good job at dodging the control that they're trying to get on this choke point from Gentle Minions. Lex Sticks, once again, is that mid-round presence. Over here towards Courtyard. And nothing has really been expended over here by Gentle Minions, so I'm sure they're aware of it, but nothing really confirming it fully. Both of them, they've got Odins. Tripwire definitely giving the passive information that they can't be through this right now. So you see those A players very comfortably posted up on that A main position. And Serenity able to back off of that angle because of that as well. And as the hit comes over here towards B, 0 Point does hit down, but Anguish just pushes through the smoke with the aggression, and Storch is still on site. Do they know? And there it is, it's confirmed as he gets taken down, and even Juan onto the mid lurk. Very aware here. And so far, Gentle Minion's doing a very good job at dealing with this from Zeta. Smoke comes right on through. Dizzy starting to stack the utility here, but Vortex going to try to go for the early peek here to make things change. Spectre from the side of CJ answering onto Juan, but Peach is still backside here. Gonna have to go for it, and there he does. And right now, looking for this bonus conversion. Anguish only on 15 HP. Shock Dart almost lands down, and Peach is full HP here, and it's almost impossible to convert this one. Confirming he's not on the spike as the sound does come through. Next tap comes on, gonna have to confirm it soon, and he does. And there it is, third round bonus conversion for Zeta.
Zeta again looks so good coming to this map. CJ Spectre is just an absolute beam. Might as well just be a Phantom at that point. Able to get so many kills into the round. Then coming into, we're gonna see another A hit. And they're not stacked towards it. Leg Sticks opting to go for the Judge here. Not feeding the Odin, I guess. Still, you would never touch a rifle.
You see the bait and switch here. He's trying to bait the sound out, and he does it very successfully too. Going for the jump. And Luck able to get two off the back of that whiff the Bucky. No command coming through. Presumably trying to clear out these close corners. Deny any sort of presence of abilities here to throw a wrench in the plans. And what a nice play there by Gentle Minions to try to get an answer onto this aggression. But Storch, he's able to get past this here. Do they know he's stuck on the camera? But he gets the answer from there, and Lex Sticks just completely disrespecting him there with the Judge. And now Serenity utilizing the Neural Theft to try to get into this one here. Has the Phantom in hand. The shots are a little labored, but lands onto the head of Vortex. And right now, Lex Sticks only a Judge in hand. And Serenity should know based off the communications from Gentle Minions. Don't play the close range, but it still comes through from Lex Sticks. And the Judge landing. And there's a fourth round conversion from Zeta.
An injured dog bites hard. Careful.
Maybe that Judge isn't a Judge. It's actually a rifle. Because there's no way that should be two-shotting from that far away.
Ugh.
There's only one man who can challenge his Judge. And that's Vortex himself. Getting into this. Again, another A hit. Actually, looks like they're going towards the mid this time. And each round, they just have such a perfect plan ready. Perfectly finding out where these holes are. And just trip to hold the entirety of mid. But Anguish does get one in the pick with CJ. And they lose all their B main control.
Storch doing a really good job in denying this so far. The spray transfer is so good. Answering on to Lex Sticks and Icaro there. And right now, you've lost that mid-round lurker and the tip of the spear going into the attack. And Luck even taking down Vortex off the back of it. And right now, this round is so dominant from Gentle Minions. Peach, spike in hand. And Juan on the flank already. The jig is up.
Okay.
There we go. GM able to get around. And a bit earlier than the side when they played on Lotus. And that can matter a lot. It's hurt the Zeta economy, but not that much. Just light shields on the side of Vortex and he can afford the fools. But this is the round that really matters. Peach, 0 credits. he's able just to
Cover going out.
die here, or even just lose the round, he's gonna have to save next round.
Yeah, and this time Anguish looking to play ahead of the tripwires there. Paranoia to come through, but this time the spam fest. Vortex able to land one off the back of that. Nekiro playing super close onto the site here. This post plant. And you see where Lexstix is. This time a very deeply considered lurk here by him. He's going to have to speed up a little bit as they go into this, but so far his timing's pretty good. They're going to have to deal with that and be wise to it as they start to collapse onto the site. This is where Lexstix has to speed up. Nekiro's already on site. Showstopper comes right out there from Luck, but it does not land here. Anguish able to get the trade off the back of that, and Lexstix is already here. A Judge in hand, and the spike is so close to it as well. Hunter's Fury comes through, and there's the Judge from the lurk. Peach trying to do the damage from there, and it's not enough. Lexstix still backside with the Judge, trying to do the damage through the cave, but it's not enough. He's still on the spike, gonna have to confirm it here, but he didn't even have time to begin with. Lexstix stalling for just enough time for Zeta to get the round.
It's so fantastic from Lexstix. It's another fantastic lurk.
Right there.
Just getting through, securing that round. I was a bit scared there. I couldn't really see when he got on the spike. I thought he might have time. And it was a close one. And when he didn't peek, I thought it was like... I thought you would get that.
Yeah.
But GM not able to string the two rounds together. And the Zeta economy still in a fantastic shape. Maybe not actually. Ooh, dog. On the side of Peach. And now Ekira being taken down from a fantastic shot. Round is really slowed down.
Where is everyone hiding?
Ooh. A little bit messy there from Zeta. Getting caught out in so many different positions now.
Last player
See them wondering how to
standing.
get back into this one, and Luck already aware of the A-lurk coming through. Peach, spike in hand once again in this clutch situation. Gonna try to do as much damage as possible. Recovers the Vandal here. Forces a 1v1 with Anguish, but Anguish not gonna give that up.
Yeah, I mean, it's complete. Just collapsing the round from Zeta. It's what happens when they lose their 1v1s. And I don't know what Peach is doing, but he looks like he's having a nice time.
30 seconds left.
Just bouncing around the map. And he's finally ready to take these 1v1s.
Ooh.
In the Gecko.
Grenade! Paint? Check. Charges? Check. Brakes?
GM
No.
contains the round. Doesn't allow Peach to get any with him. Cannot speak.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. That's a good clap back there though from Gentle Minions. I think that they're starting to find their footing here, but they're gonna have to find it fast because
Nice spot.
Zeta got 5 rounds there. 4 of those themselves were strung together. And you really can't have that happening here on tournament point. Gonna need to find that confidence and regain it, especially after the loss that you've went through on that Lotus map. Nekiro, this time, the trip is for main. You see them switching it up. Storch able to recover both off the back of the trip. Anguish with the reload, tries to reposition there. Lexstix with the Bucky, still answers onto him. And right now, what
One
can't this man
enemy
do?
remaining.
Juan answering onto
planted.
Lexstix here. CJ going for the peek there, and the Odin from Serenity lands. And there it is.
Round. Jim can string together. Able to get 2 into the round and spraying these bodies. It's a bit more confident. And the economy on the side, GM is looking good. Especially these ults. One more for the side of Luck, and they can get a showstopper up. Just looking for this pre-round. Looks like Zeta want to mix things up a bit. Go for a bit of fast B hit. Potentially thinking about going on with this KO out. And CJ with the lineup again. Just ready to see what will happen.
Yeah, and it's a big piece of the puzzle going into this as well. Zeta being able to utilize that no command, but so far not taken. Ekiro towards the backside here, able to get the dink onto Storch. They've got the Rolling Thunder to go into this. Even Lexsticks taking down that player towards mid, backing up off of it. Very smart so far. Zeta checking off all the usual boxes, and there's that null command to come right on through ahead of the retake. But Luck able to take down Ekiro, and he was that thorn on the site. Storch following up with that as well. Vortex bringing out the utility, almost getting caught off guard there. Getting the first pick here. And now it's going to have to be a spam fest here from main. Fragment comes out as the first ability. Flash bang to follow right on up. As the wingman gets onto the spike, there's the spams right through the cage. Taking him off the spike so far. And there it is, the tag onto it, and the dart is good. Storch is going to have to make good of this one, but he doesn't. And all of a sudden, there's no time. And Zeta recovering that one. Peach and CJ playing it very well there from B main.
Yeah, it's a great spam. The dart tag, just to get the advantage of numbers there. And Samawok calling the timeout for GM. Zeta just winning one round. And they've already calling the timeout. Now, Samawok's a great coach. Now, I think he'll have some answers. What do you think his answer is to this?
I think definitely changing the tempo. And that's honestly 90% of the time the answer usually with this squad. I noticed Gentle Minions, usually they're afraid to change the tempo without having this timeout from their coach. And I think eventually that's something as a roster you have to get accustomed to. You have to be, confident enough to make that call as the IGL. But from what I hear, Gentle Minions don't really have a dedicated IGL. It's really like two or three different brains working together to shape these rounds. And I think that alone might actually be indicative of why they usually need to utilize these timeouts for that. But I think it's exactly that. A change in tempo, taking a little more fights in the early round, finding space. It's starting to become a little more passive over time, and I think that, that never works against Zeta. They always get in your faces, and I think there's a lot of situations where they play on site, and they go ahead of the retakes, they go for the peaks, there's flashes. Ekiro's always tucked somewhere, same with Vortex. I mean, you got to get these picks earlier in the round if you don't want those numbers fighting you on site.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with you. Just to go into the round. Another strong buy, GM. Having a great economy. On the side of Zeta, it's a bit worse. Vortex still with the light shields. And with this mid aiming presence, I think I try to take some space. But Luck is so hard to clear, but CJ seems ready for it. Come on.
Ooh.
But he gets the flick.
Yeah. But once again, it's the same utility from Gentle Minions once again. Just throwing the flash up high and just waiting for someone to take contact. It's not enough. And this round, once again, is indicative of that. This time, there's a double lurk from Vortex and Lexsticks. How is he going to catch this out? He's not.
Exactly where you
Anguish posted up here. Going to be the second layer to this. But the judge already answering on him. And Storch left by his lonesome in the 1v4. Once again, that early round, the detriment of Gentle Minions, and Zeta is walking all over this defense right now.
I'm still asking questions about the judge. I've never seen a judge do that before.
They gotta nerf it.
He got enough leg sticks. He's too good with it. 11 and 5. And most of those kills have been with this gun. Zeta, looking towards mid again. They've done this quite a bit in this map. And mid control is very important. The GM seems to be ready for it. Pushing down. A lot gets the one in Ekiro. Vortex fails to trade back.
And this was the answer I was looking for. Find that aggression in the early round. Find the picks. And although CJ recovers one over towards A, they have the man advantage going into this. There it is, the judge giving him a taste of his own medicine is Storch onto Lexsticks. CJ by his lonesome over here towards A. Gonna try to do the damage, but Peach, he's got the spike and he's headed over towards B. And Gentle Minions finally found that footing.
This position from Peach might be unexpected, but the shots are missed.
Spike down mid.
It's all on CD to make a play happen here. Flash comes out and he gets 2.
Ooh!
He gets a 3.
Shutting them down.
What?
No
And all of a
idea.
sudden,
30 seconds left.
me either. No idea how he's able to recover all of those kills there. No clear trade coming through. I mean, yeah, the flashbang was great.
Spike retrieved.
But I mean, the third kill right there is what surprised me the most. And with only 15 seconds left on the clock, he's got to make a desperate run here over towards A site. Assuming because it's Cypher, they're probably on B, but
10
the
seconds
gamble's
left.
wrong. Serenity is here, has the timing. And if the clutch came out, it would have been so impressive, but Serenity standing her ground on that A site. And there's a round for Gentle Minions.
Last round in the half.
We're so incredibly close. In my heart, I see CJ winning that. But just an unfortunate 50-50 gamble. And Serenity making the right read, won the round out. Next thing. Obviously go for that judge again. And we're seeing a goodbye from Zeta. Goodbye from both teams, actually. And a fantastic ult coming from GM. And choosing to go for this push. Detaining 2. And going for the showstopper. Completely stopped.
Here, camera taken out.
And Storch, he's confirmed all that information too. He hears it towards B. Unfortunately, ooh!
Spike down
Gets
B.
the collat there. And where has that come from? Only 33 HP for Ekiro. I was gonna say that null command comes out, so he's not able to use that rolling thunder to stop this plan here, but it doesn't even matter. When you're hitting shots like that, you're already securing the round. And there it is, last round of the half, so he can just go ahead and invest it there. Fault line able to confirm it. And 4 kills on the round for Storch, and there it is. 5 to 7 half for GM.
Switching sides.
GM looked much better than the later half of the half. Going 0-4 down
goes
to
here.
bring it back to this 5-7. It's nothing to be too bad at. And now Zeta on this defensive side
This should do.
still do have an advantage coming into this. If they can win pistol,
Let's go.
it's absolutely huge for them. All of GM currently have a classic. I'm expecting they'll buy up some ghosts. Classic isn't really going to be enough to place the spam towards B main if they're able to get the spike down. So I'm expecting them to just kind of push up site a bit more. Maybe even take some market control or even Boba.
And Vortex is always looking for that first blood. Even gonna throw the paranoia towards A main. So far, that pressure does send some Zeta players in a rotation, but this control that Vortex has gained mid in this early round gives them so much passive information. They hear all the jump spots, they hear the reloads, and they can confidently play this angle right here, trying to go to break the door, but Vortex gonna take them down in the angle. CJ rather, and Vortex still answering onto it, but Anguish with 2 trades there just looks so good. And once again, Zeta have such a clear vision of what the mid-round pacing looks like because they've taken so much control of the space. Anguish caught out with the shrouded step there. Peach landing off the last shot, and there's pistol for Zeta.
And it's exactly what they need in order to take this advantage to the next level. If they can get 9 rounds here, and they even potentially win this bonus, it's 10-5. And there's no coming back from that. Looks like a tech was just happening here. It gives us a bit of time to break.
Yeah.
Have a little think about what happened.
Ever
You said
since
it
we
before.
ever since we got out of our tech pauses from map 1, we've been pretty fast paced here. So yeah, give them a little break.
Yeah, you said it before. Vortex loves getting these deep positions. He's going huge in that pistol round right there. Really, really nice to see. Yeah, get this done. It's just audio.
Just to update you folks at home, we have a small tech pause going on here, hopefully resolved soon, but we've got Juan on the side of Gentle Minions with a couple audio issues here. So, presumably getting back into it after we get that settled.
I just want to point out, before this pistol round, GM getting way more kills than Zeta despite being down rounds. And I find that almost surprising. Every single round that Zeta's got, they've just completely blown them out of the water. Except for maybe a couple clutches. As we get back into it, GM did look better on that first half, in my opinion. Getting into it. We do see a bit of a mid play. CJ just choosing to back off, hold the smoke with his Phantom. But does he know he's got 3 players going out for him?
Uh-oh. Oh no. They make good of it. Gentle Minions towards that mid space. And Peach, look at how wary he is of this now too. But Lex sticks towards main as the judge. Can't peek though, because it's very long range. Cage, enough to get through there. He's finding the timing here, but they both walk right past each other. Through the cages there. And once again, another timing. What is happening here? Anguish. Making it past both here. Storage getting his of the round, but there it is. Lex Sticks finally finding that contact. Getting punished off the back of it there. And Vortex trying to make the difference, but goes down in the round, and there's Gentle Minions finding their answer.
Zeta cannot win that second round for the life of them. It's just unfortunate. CJ caught reloading, gifts them the Phantom, and no one else can win their 1v1s. Again, that timing was absolutely insane. Just watching that in bated breath, ready for it. Expected lower buy on the side of Zeta here. Only 2 sheriffs and a stinger to their name. Oh, but the sheriff's good for 1. Anguish put down at the start of the round. Luckily the gun's not able to be recovered there.
Vortex, he's been such a nuisance here. Towards mid. Finding the headshot there on the Sheriff early in the round, and that was onto the smokes of Gentle Minions, so gonna make things a little harder in this attack right now. And 3 gets spotted by that spy cam on A, and Vortex with another answer with that Sheriff. Going over to grab the stinger. Peach grabbing that Odin there, and that's guns recovered going into this for them. Lex Sticks even trying to do a job of stalling here, takes down the wingman, playing around the site. And the dance doesn't quite go his way. It's taken down at the end, but it was enough stall to get a few more Zeta members posted up here. Ekaro trying to find shots here with the stinger. And there's the Odin coming right into this. Shock dart going towards backside there, landing on the Juan. And all of a sudden, all the bodies fall. Ekaro with 2 with that stinger.
Gun here.
And Zeta finding the conversion here.
Gun here.
Thrifty.
Just completely over. Thrifty for the side of Zeta, and looked so good for them. Vortex, fantastic shots. Just able to get his kills. That's really what just brought them into that round. And they even did recover the Odin for Lex Sticks. Getting his favorite gun on the board.
Need a drop.
It's 4 stack towards B, leaving Lex Sticks alone on this A site with this cipher set up. But they've read right into this. GM. More stat towards this B site.
Paint shells to come through to deal with the close tripwires here, but Vortex still playing over there, but the Dizzy lands onto him. He TP's out, almost gets away with that. It's Juan gonna take him down. And Luck being suppressed coming off of the site, but Peach trying to find the shock dart through the smoke there, punished by Juan. And right now we got CJ and Lex Sticks looking to make a go of this one. Thrash coming right through, invested into this one. You can see Gentlemanians clearly want this round. Really trying to secure it here. You're not going to push. They're aware. Only one landed there with the Thrash. CJ trying to speed up the tempo here. Fragment out. Right now, 2 flashes in hand, but going to have to speed it up here. No time to think too hard about the utility. And close right, not going to get cleared there. And Juan able to take down both. And there's your 7th round conversion for Gentlemanians.
Not one team can string around together. And I just wanted to point out Vortex positioning there. Sat on top of this B box and even chooses to play Trigger Discipline. But this utility Maelstrom just completely catches him off guard and it's just a free kill.
This goes here. Yes, this should do.
Ekra bought up the operator here, and this was a huge struggle for GM on Lotus. And are we going to see it get the same value here?
I must wait a moment. Wow, my eyes are down. Cage triggered. Here.
Lex Sticks with the setup
Cage
here.
triggered.
Presumably paint shells invested there to take down the tripwires. Try to force a little more repositioning out from Zeta, but right now they are triple walking up tiles. Trying to take this mid space, and that's been the plan so far in this match for them. And presumably Gentleman is very aware of it. And once again, they're heavily stacked over towards main. Rolling Thunder coming right on through, but this time Luck with the double blast pack over towards Mark. He gets punished in the smoke by Vortex. And he's been a demon in it so far. Ekro following up with the operator onto Serenity and Vortex. Going for a play there. Does take down one, gets traded, but the crunch from main, because of that early round mid control, Zeta is able to get the job done. And there's round number 10.
I said it in the pre-round. The operator gets so much value, those 2 picks. And what a blind from Vortex. All 3 of them completely caught and completely trapped. GM still have some money, still can play around with it. And if you take a look at the round scoreboard, not one team is able to string around the other.
This time, Ekaro trying to go for that fight there right before the dark cover comes through, but misses. Vortex almost getting spotted out there. CJ even pushing the smoke there. And you see that Zeta, this time, want to shut down this mid-aggression again. But the pattern has been noticed by Gentlemanians, and this time they're expending a lot to go through it. But this time, it's Peach, B main. They always pick that extremity. They didn't play around it too carefully. So he's going to get taken down and punished off the back of it. But Vortex looking to make a play. As the paint shells come through, it forces them out here. But the paranoia, so decisive. Wingman going right through there. Gonna try to go for the play here. He hears the rotations coming through, and I thought we were gonna see a play like Foe. Maybe go for the fake TP or even commit to it there, but this time he's gonna get out. Look how deeply inserted they are. CJ, he's just too aware. Oh my goodness! Just like that, CJ's just completely shut that down. Yeah.
Spike planted.
He's made it winnable here, but going down. He does get the info where all 3 of them are. And it allows Vortex to get timing.
Blocking sight.
Wait, he tapped onto the spike and they're not even checking it. What has happened there? Maybe a miscommunication from the side of Gentlemanians, not hearing the tap or something, but
Scatter from my stuff.
holding patiently there, going to give the round away, and that's Zeta with number 11.
Zeta, the fastest string those 2 rounds together. It was off the back of an amazing CJ 2K, and then getting all the info. GM holding the timeout here. we can see in chat they're a bit tilted.
Mm-hmm.
But Samurott, to keep the game alive, and after their timeout, they did do very well when they started attacking.
Yeah, and we got a confirmation on the miscommunication from GM in that 2v2 right there. So apparently in the comm, someone said off when the tap was still on. And coming off the back of that, this is a timeout you want to use to regain that mentality, because late in this game, it's not even fully coming down the strategy. It's that mental fortitude. Can you get yourself over the finish line by staying focused on the real objective here? And it's a narrative that starts to paint a very clear picture for Gentle Minions as we are staring down the barrel of the conclusion of this tournament. Zeta only 2 rounds away from first place, 2 rounds away from $500 grand prize.
I think this grand prize is just in the back of the GM's mind.
That goes there.
$400 on the line. And obviously, he's probably going to get a bit of a split.
Vortex,
Wow.
aggressive once again.
Spike down mid.
Oh. Yeah. They've got to be tilted here, Fish.
Yeah. They've gone to this
One
deep
enemy remaining.
B position, but they don't have the spike to play off, and Peach able to get the 2. Vortex.
Match point.
1 more round, and they've won VLE Season 1. Now this is when GM, they need to pull out all the tricks they've had. Any save strats, anything special, this is where they need it.
Yeah, this is the time to pull it out.
There.
The whole strat book at this point. Ladies and gentlemen, map, series, and tournament point, possibly, for the side of Zeta. Comfortably sitting on this 12. Showstopper comes right on through from Luck. It does not land, and Lexnix is the one anchoring the site. As always, Ekiro with the operator, and Lexnix with the Odin, able to shut down the Thrash before it comes through. Neural Theft to come out, and Zeta looking for their success. Once again, just like the beta, Paranoia comes through. Hunter's Fury invested. Vortex with 1 and 2. CJ to close it off. And Zeta are your VLE Challengers League Season 1 champions. Oh my goodness.
Just like that, a flaw to the very end, and it's completely over.
Oh. I mean, and the thing is, this series doesn't even paint the full picture or tell the whole story alone. Gentle Minions have come so far, and I have to give them props here. They have worked so hard with their counter-stratting and their server time to work together to find answers, and even working with their coaching staff, going undefeated in the group stages, coming into the playoffs, showing endless improvement. Very indicative of the fact that this is a hard-working squad. And from what I know, even participating in a LAN event this weekend in Canada. This roster very dedicated to the game. So impressive to see the skills coming out in low-elo Valorant here in the VLE Challengers League. And so even going down 3-1 in this series right now, Gentle Minions, a formidable squad, and an incredible fight through this tournament.
Yeah, in my opinion, they're definitely the most improved team you've seen. When I was doing a bit of R&B coaching, I think I underestimated them a bit too much. But they are definitely deserving to be in the 2nd place spot. A fantastic team. Just to say,
Yeah.
Zeta are that much better. 3-1 lead win with 2 comfortable maps in there.
Wow. They've dropped only 1 map this entire tournament. And from what I remember, it was 1 map or series in the beta tournament as well. Zeta is a force to be reckoned with in this league, folks. And honestly, this series alone it's over, right? Looking back on it, so much has happened. We had to sit here and soak it all up like a sponge, but this makes me think about the next season. What team are going to be the people to dethrone Zeta? Who can find the answer against this team? Because not a single one has found it yet. This is 2 tournaments back to back, and this time a lot more on the line. Beta, it was more of just a test, and in this one there was money on the line and a big title of winning the opening debut season of this league, and Zeta have claimed it there, just like they did in the beta tournament, in a beautiful performance front to back the entire time. Looking at the leaderboard here from Sunset, I mean, Ekro had such a quiet game there, but it doesn't even matter. CJ once again topping that leaderboard for his team, time and time again finding value. Amazing gameplay on the KO there. Vortex, the IGL, working at the top. And you know what's even crazier about this to me, Fish? Is it's the 2 brains and voices overall behind the squad, right? That top the leaderboard for this team time and time again. I mean, Zeta, they got strong leadership. They have strong fragging. They have so many different layers. And it's scary for any team that's going to go up against them in the future, because this team is looking to stay on top forever.
Zeta look absolutely amazing. And I just want to point out, CJ being the top of the leaderboard, he's only a sub. He's not even confirmed to be in the main roster yet. I don't know if he will be. And doing all that while being a sub is just absolutely fantastic from him.
Yeah. It's insane. And going back and looking at it here, folks, you see the crown on the top of Zeta on our bracket page here. And there it is, 3-1. Such a dominant fashion out from Zeta. And as you said, I mean, Icebox was just a bit of a fluke. It looked so good for just a second there by Gentle Minions. And as we start to calm from that crazy eventful series, I look at this bracket and all I have to think is so many good teams here, well fought. Ultralight Academy, you know, struggled a little bit, especially against Rendezvous their first time around in the group stages. Came into the playoffs, found some success, revamped a squad that I think has been underestimated for a little while throughout this tournament. Came into the playoffs and tried their hand against Ultralight Academy, going down and, you know, got upset against ILH. Ultimately, you know, due to not being able to play their last map there, and then Rendezvous versus Nexus being the first map there. Rendezvous, they were such a formidable squad in the group stages, showed so much success in their own group there. And, you know, of course, yes, Spectrum was there, but so was Ultralight. And they started to slow down coming into the playoffs, and they reached their bottom form against Nexus when they got upset and won in their rematch, and then got to go up against Gentle Minions in that lower final. And then moving forward, looking at the very 2 teams that we have here, Gentle Minions and Zeta, both very good, formidable squads. Zeta coming out on top. What a tournament to watch, and what a statement for low-elo Valorant, honestly, to see the kind of work put into the server, to see the kind of players, what they can achieve against their opponents here. And it makes me excited because I know some people in this tournament, in this league, would love to achieve a VCT level of gameplay at some point in the future. And I 100% think that we have some players here that can do it.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. What a tournament it has been. And what a showing for Valorant low-elo.
What a grand final. And thank you so much for joining me, Fish, today. It has been an absolute pleasure. And I'm looking forward to the future, honestly. Having you on the caster's desk, such a good time, a great grand final, and honestly, nothing better could have come of this.
Yeah, thank you too. It's been a great time. A great tournament, just overall.
Yeah. Well, folks, this ends off everything here, and this is the very last stream that we have for you for VLE Challengers League Season 1 Genesis. And honestly, thank you so much for joining us on this ride through the thick and the thin, through the tech pauses, through the tac pauses, through anything that we've had going on here. Y'all have been here and in the chat, and, you know, we wouldn't be doing it without you and the players here who are so dedicated to their craft in this esport. So thank you to everyone once again for joining us once again at VLE Challengers League Season 1. We'll see you next season.